Hello, 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 hello! Welcome to another lovely stream. I am back. My hiatus is no longer. We be back. Today, we are going to be playing an interesting one. Today, as you can see, we have a timer on here. The game is currently not displayed, but I'm going to move the timer on the screen a little bit. We'll keep it right there for now. But today, the mission is very simple. I want to know how long it'll take to hit any 99 in RuneScape exclusively in this area. Now, the only caveat, I will say, the only thing that I have touched that is technically not pure is, as you can see, herb lore is at 3. I did the quest because when this skill released, that was not an option. You weren't given the option to just, you know, the lowest level thing in Dungeoneering is 3. So it expected you to do the quest for this skill. And I didn't want to not include the skill. So we went ahead and did that. So, today's just going to be a casual day. Since it's a return after basically a week away. We're going to have a nice, relaxing time. We're going to play some RuneScape. Fresh character, new goal, challenge run. Easy peasy. I think it's going to be fun. I think we are going to have a great time. What is up, Brick? I hope you were doing amazing today. My, multi-chat was not working for a second there. I had to refresh it again. Hello, hello. I hope you were doing absolutely fantastic today. Now, in theory, I have the timer, which you can see on all streams. It should be tied to one button. We're gonna hope, for my sanity, that the button just works. Now we are gonna go ahead and get our party started. We are gonna be started in floor 1, complexity 1, since we have not trained Dungeoneering at all. The only skill that has any experience in it that isn't default is, as we stated, herb lore. Everything else is 0 XP. We've done nothing. Everything will be done here. So we're gonna see how that goes. We're gonna climb down. Party size. Yes, we are gonna have to start on small. I think the long-term plan is going to be to do large. I think we are going to go for large dungeons just for the sake of resources so we can train more skills and get more things leveled up. That is my working game plan. That is my day one game plan. And also, as you can see here, I have plenty of notes for the today. All our low-level skills. There are a handful of skills that we will not be able to touch in this challenge. Agility. The only way you can get agility experience in Daemonheim is with puzzle doors or a challenge area in the dungeon. Now, unfortunately, with how the RNG works, there is a level 1 for agility. So theoretically, we are probably going to get some agility experience somewhere in this run. But, and this is the big but, I do not think that makes it worthy of us focusing on agility. Obviously, archaeology and necromancy is not included. Obviously, we're not going to be touching invention. And then the other two, Slayer has a way, but not one that we can do with this challenge. And construction, I didn't really see a way for us to go from level 1 construction anywhere up. It didn't seem like that was an option, so let's just go ahead and get started with our first dungeon. Let's make sure the timer works. Oh, the timer works. Let's go. Combat only, armor and weapons allocated. No shop stock. You've just entered a dungeon. Beautiful. We got some starting equipment. What game is this? This is RuneScape, Gary. How are you doing today? We have a Tanglegum longbow. And we're gonna go ahead and bind it to ourselves. We probably... We're gonna do archery for our combat. Everything else, I think... We'll go ahead and equip the armor. Good, thanks yourself. I'm good. We're gonna go ahead... Oh yeah, we can't even sell anything to him, so I'm just gonna go ahead and drop the rest of this just for the sake. Doesn't really matter in this floor. The first 6 we do are gonna be kind of odd in that way, but... Let's just go ahead and kick it off. Now, since we are starting literally with all level 1s, everything should be scaled nicely to us. We shouldn't run into anything crazy. Nothing should be absolutely insane. Now, we do have uses for these crabs, but not really if they're just going to be for food. I don't think we're going to be able to do too much. Ooh, a level 2 shade. Highest level we've seen. Level 2. I don't think we're going to be able to do too much in regard of skilling in this floor. We'll get some combat experience, and that's going to be about it. So we are just gonna quickly push through this floor. Maybe we'll gain some levels in defense, HP. I can't call it Constitution. I never understood that change. I get it, but at the same time, it's just not the change for me. Now, bones are good. Bones will give us prayer experience. I think prayer is gonna be a very slow burn. But maybe long term, as we do floor after floor after floor, we'll be able to actually gain some prayer levels. That's the theory. Maybe long term, we'll be able to get some prayer levels. But you can already see the spinning wheel. Won't be able to use it here, but you get a prelude. You've seen some of the farming patches. I have all my notes for what we'll be able to actually utilize. That Ice Warrior actually fled from us. It's scared. It knows that we are too strong. We're unstoppable. See, at least this spider has some courage. Also, I did turn Auto Retaliate off just so I wouldn't accidentally gain any experience by accident earlier when I had to do the quest to unlock Herblore. So, that is the thing. Dungeoneering floors and what they contain are procedurally generated, so you never quite know what you're going to get on each one. And as you can see, we are getting tutorial messages because we did not actually... I didn't even get a walking animation there. That's funny. We went straight from the quest to Daemonheim, where we'll be spending the rest of our journey. Now, I don't know how much on stream we're actually going to do of this in the short term. Definitely, I think I'm going to have to actually press OK on these tutorial messages for them to go away, or I turned it off in settings. One of the two. We'll worry about that later. You were about to enter a boss room. Yeah, we're fine. Level 1 Icy Bones. We ain't scared. I don't even think Icy Bones is going to be able to really hurt us here. I don't think his special attack can really... It just traps us. Not really anything we have to be too stressed about in the current moment. you actually get to witness the fights and how long they're going to take if you literally start from scratch. So I do enjoy that. You get to actually see how it breaks down. Defeat the boss on floor 1 solo. We got some knives. I'm a bow person. I'd rather use the bow than anything else. We will go ahead and continue. And then you'll see here, we're going to skip through it because we're going to see this a lot. $214, we've gained our first level in a skill. Dungeoneering's now at 3. I'd say it's our highest skill, but I mean, Constitution is at 10. But what was 214 goes down to 129 due to the complexity and then the guide mode, because it is currently in the tutorial section. But now we're in complexity 2, which adds fishing, woodcutting, fire making, cooking. And that is beautiful. We'll go ahead and put on the ranged armor. I'm going to drop... Actually, will he buy stuff now? We are going to go ahead and add the hatchet to our... Oh, okay, the hatchet is already in our tool belt. Beautiful. Can I trade you now? Beautiful. Your shop is not great. But now that we can actually sell things, we're going to start selling things because the shop is probably going to be one of the more important parts of the run. Irene, hello, hello. I hope you are doing amazing today. How are you? We already have a hatchet. This did not make us a lot of money, unfortunately. You're Spanish. Sorry, you're all good, friend. I gotta remember to hit continue and not just... Okay, press and continue to even make the tutorial go away. That's crazy. So long term, we are going to be doing large floors. I think that's going to be the key. Hopefully, I have no... Ooh, I don't have any ammo. That is a problem. I might have unintentionally screwed myself there in terms of what I'd like, but... Let's see here. I had the knives. I sold them. We could buy a log, but that won't actually get us arrows because I don't have the ore. So it looks like we're just gonna have no weapon for a minute. Oh wow, Nightbot sent it twice. That's crazy. 5% chance to hit unarmed. That's funny. Can we win this fight against a level 1 spider? Without? Probably not. But I do have a hatchet, so I am going to go ahead and get this tree. 35 experience is honestly pretty good for what it is. This spider's still going to actively attack us. It will. Can I just chop the tree anyway? Ooh, level 2. Let's go. In theory, everything should just give me what I want. I should have kept the knives. I'd autopiloted on that. That is our first mistake of the run, but that's fun. Level 3 woodcutting. Very nice. Ooh, I have to defeat this enemy to progress. Interesting. Alright, let's see what I can... What can I do with this setup? Can't craft anything like that. Huh. Interesting. I guess our only option is to unarmed it. I think we just gotta do it. I don't think we have an option. I think we just have to hope I hope I do more than 1 damage. I hope I can damage more than the spider. Because we have a 1 in 20 chance of actually hitting. Would be very unfortunate if we're here for the next half hour trying to kill the spider. Guardian doors, you do have to kill all the enemies for. Normally, I don't even think about that, because I just kill them all by default. Honestly, it's probably going to be quicker for us to just leave this floor. I think that's going to be what we have to do. I think we just got to leave. I think that mistake costs us. I think that's the smart move. Otherwise, that fight would have taken forever and 1 in 20 chance to hit at all. But we can... in fact, just keep on pushing. I have my knives now. That's really the important thing. It's the same setup. Just now I'm smarter and I'm not gonna soft lock myself for no reason. Don't worry, I have the bow and we have our armor. We'll grab all the food again. Ooh, and we're getting coins for free. For free? Verify that the hatchet. Yeah, I should have sold the hatchet. I don't know why I didn't. But at least I have knives. And as you can see with the RNG of what you could possibly get, we did get something different. Oh wow. I'm actually punching and throwing. You know, I respect that hustle. Sometimes you gotta throw, and then other times you gotta punt. That'll mean I'll get experience in 2 ways. That'll be nice. Now, what is the fishing? It is the Heim crab, so we will actually be able to fish and cook them. I didn't know if we'd RNG into being able to fish, so that's good. I will go back and I'll get some feathers. That way we can actually engage with that. My goal for today's stream is proof of concept, get our primary skills up to level 10. That's the proof of concept I would like to showcase. Alright, I'm desperate for some arrows. Neither of them dropped anything I need. Oh, I'm punching because it's an offhand knife. It's not even the normal knives. That makes sense. God, I think if it was just the normal, I wouldn't be punching. Early on, this is gonna kind of be the rocky road we go on, because once we get the complexity up and the shop actually sells everything, I can just buy arrows every time. So it's just kind of the start-in. Fine. I am gonna go ahead and grab everything here just because we'll be able to sell it. Every resource we collect that we can do something with, I am gonna do something with. Hello, Michi. How are you doing today? Everything we collect in the dungeon, I will put to use towards training one of our skills. I need feathers. I completely blanked on that fun fact. You're doing good. I'm happy to hear that. Let's go ahead and buy 50 feathers. Let's play this new game. What do you mean? New for me, yes. This is RuneScape. Not gonna claim it's a new game. But I enjoy it. Hey, it didn't tell me you were streaming YouTube. Be hiding my fave stream. I'm sorry to hear that. To be fair, I've only been live for about 20 minutes, so not much has been missed. We've done a dungeon, working on the second dungeon. I figured since I didn't stream for a week because stuff happened, didn't end up streaming, I figured we just, for the return stream, I figured people would take a day to be like, oh hey, this guy that I watched is back. So I figured we'd just pause Alan Wake for a day. We'll continue it tomorrow. That's the game plan. We'll continue and finish Alan Wake tomorrow. Well, maybe not finish, but we'll make good progress in Alan Wake. I just wanted to stream something today to make sure people were aware that I wasn't done. I last saw your stream last week. I think my last stream was Monday of last week. I think that's the last time I streamed. Which is why I decided we'll just have a interesting, different stream today. I am desperate for one of them to give me arrows. Would love to get some arrows. But yeah, I don't know what the hardest skill that we're gonna be focusing on. I still have 2 subs, man. I just want to stream in PS4. What's been going on with that? Why can't you just stream it on PS4? Doesn't PlayStation have a way to do that? Even without going through a computer? I thought they were working on that. And had that. 50 sub? Oh lord. PC is better, yes. But you know, not always the easiest route. And as we progress with levels, these fights won't take as long. Especially once I get arrows. Once we can consistently get arrows and 1 or 2 shop upgrades, we will be good. Just some slow fights to start off our run. Originally, I was gonna have this challenge concept as 100 hours. Hoorah. It was gonna be a 100-hour countdown, but then I thought about it, because I've played this game off and on since 2007, both versions of the game. And I'm like, while the 100 hours sounds nice, I don't quite think that is realistic. I would be surprised if we were close. Well, Dungeoneering, like the actual Dungeoneering skill that we're utilizing for this whole run, that might be close to 99 by hour 100. But I would be kind of surprised. I dropped my phone on my face. Oh no. That's tragic. I hope you are okay, Tech. I am curious to see as we get like 10 hours in, 20 hours in, what have you, to see where the progress is towards the goal. But we'll see. The plan isn't to just stream this going forward. As I said, we're going to be going to Alan Wake. There are games I want to play besides RuneScape. RuneScape is just a cozy game to me. For some people it's Stardew, some it's Roblox, some it's Minecraft. For me it's RuneScape. And if I actually died in one of these early floors, if I died before the hour mark, I would be very surprised. Even with this, whack setup. Cause this setup is pretty, it's funny. But yeah, I'm happy to see you guys. After a whole week. I don't remember if I streamed on Monday or Tuesday. Also, if that was my Nightbot that removed those messages, let me know and I'll fix it. You know, I added a bot to YouTube to try to combat some of the fun we've had on there. Some people be very rowdy. And I didn't think I set the bot up to be too aggressive, but if I did, let me know and we can fix it. The bot didn't do everything I wanted it to do. But I feel like half of the troll comments we get on the YouTube stream is people spelling words out, so it'll be like 3 to 6 messages in a 10-second period, and I feel like that should be easy for a bot to cut down before it progresses. Chatbot for YouTube is buggy. They do be. Alright, let's go in settings real quick and let's turn off wherever the tutorial is. It's somewhere in here. Information. Guidance system hint. Beautiful. I think turning that off will stop the constant pings of it. Your screen looks like when I hack on 99 Nights in the Forest. Beautiful. And we're level 6 woodcutting already. I felt like woodcutting and fishing are probably, as long as we get the resources for them, I think those are going to be two skills that we see do well. Kind of surprised we've not gained a range level yet. I would have suspected by the 20-minute mark we'd at least be level 2. But I guess that's kind of what happens when you're not using a great range setup. I guess. Okay, the longer the challenge goes, the more we'll be able to optimize. How's your day been? Well, funny story. I wasn't able to fall asleep until around 5:15 this morning. I kind of knew at about 2 a.m. that it was going to be one of those nights. There's like one night a week where my brain just won't stop. And I'm up until 5 in the morning. Yeah. But I set an alarm every day. Normally it's for 8 o'clock. But when I know that I'm about to have a day like I had, I set it to 10 a.m. And originally I had plans today. But, the plans didn't go anywhere, so I would have taken a nap if I knew the plans weren't gonna work out, but, you know. So I slept about 4 hours, we'll say. I always round down, because I never just, like, sleep through. I'm always waking up once or twice throughout. There's two things with Nightbot I need to fix. The over-aggressive removing messages, and then it's posting the timer thing twice, and I'm not sure why. I usually miss like half the weekend because of me staying up. Yeah. I don't intend to. Like, I go to bed, like I'm in bed, and not at my computer by between 9 and 11 every day with the hopes of I'm asleep by like 11 or by the latest like 1. But it never really works out that way. But I have a daily alarm for 8, and if I don't go to bed until 3, it's gonna be 8 anyway. It just is what it is. I'm not gonna reward my body for trying to stay up all night. It will just have to wake up with not optimal sleep. Oh, I actually don't have the blue triangle key. That's crazy. And we're not late enough in. Random question, do you have any pets? I wish I did, but I do not. Once we get far enough into the challenge, once we progress to complexity 6, we will be able to have a teleport item. Titus, hello, hello. I hope you're doing amazing today over on YouTube. Unfortunately, we don't have the group gatestone item for me to be able to just drop it at the 1 key, so we are going to have to take the long way back over there. Also, let's go ahead and pop up this map. I can't make it any bigger, unfortunately, but it's there for my peace of mind. It'll get bigger as we go to, like, medium and large floors, but those won't unlock until we've done all of the initial floors. What's the story behind this? Behind what we're doing, or why I'm streaming this? Because technically, two different answers. Ultimately, I'm doing this for fun. I seen a YouTube video that was kind of this idea, but not. And I'm like, the game? So they added the Dungeoneering skill back in like 2009, 2010-ish. And it just kind of takes you through these procedurally generated floors. And there's some unlockables you can get that helps you in the rest of the game. But very controversial skill. I am in the minority of people that actually like the skill. Most of the clan I'm in RuneScape hates this skill. They are not a fan. But I enjoy it. And I was inspired by a fellow YouTube creator. And it made me want to do this challenge run. So I figured I'd dip my toes in it. At least today. We'll definitely play it more than once, but it's not going to take over like what we're normally streaming. God, I have a lot of games. Probably tomorrow before stream, I'll post the complete list of games that I'm thinking about playing for November/December. I had a Pokemon challenge run that I wanted to bring back. That sounded like fun. Resident Evil 3 was requested, so we need to play that eventually. I'm hoping it goes on sale on the end of the month, and then I can buy it at a discount, and then we could play it in the next 2 months. And then just other games from the backlog that I think would be fun to play. Ever play or heard of a game named Trove? I've heard of it. I don't know it. Also, I see Nightbot has yeeted you again. Jesus. Now, the beauty of RuneScape is this combat can just happen, and I can just go ahead and open Nightbot and stop it from being obnoxious. So we have 2 things to fix on the YouTube Nightbot. Let's see here. The only thing that it's really allowed to do, I'm not sure why it's booting you for. I'm also not sure why the timer for the bot. Oh, I know what's happening with that. Okay, that's fine. That part's okay. I turned off the component with Nightbot with it moderating, so it shouldn't, in theory, hit you a 3rd time. In theory. If it does, I'll just have to kick the bot out, for real. Especially since it couldn't do what I wanted it to do anyway. Alright, we have 1 floor left with the key we just got. And then we'll end up teleporting back to this base area. In theory, the boss is probably what's next. I would assume. I would assume this last room is the boss. And if true... Ooh. Let's go ahead and fight the boss. Once you enter a boss room, you cannot leave until you've either won or lost this fight. Now this fight's gonna take a minute. This guy has some help. Luckily, we have plenty of food to sustain us. Now, I don't really know. From a logical standpoint, it would probably benefit me more to train Fletchin with the logs I have. But the goal is to boost both Firemaking and Fletchin up. So we'll probably end up getting fire making the 10 first. Okay, that'll be quicker. And then I don't think we won't have any leftover logs from that. But in floors upcoming, we should. I did have to spend about an hour and a half in the game settings to make sure it run properly with OBS open, because RuneScape at the settings I normally play it on is fine for me, for like a casual. But when I open OBS, it immediately lags the game. So I had to find a good middle spot where the game didn't look too downgraded from its peak, but it ran smooth. And I believe we found that point. A concern I have with this challenge run is I'm not confident that the timer is actually going to... If I close OBS, I'm not confident it's going to save our time. So before I close OBS after stream, I'm going to have to triple check that I can figure out a way for it to save the time. That way we can move on to other games, return to it with the timer still able to go. But at least we've gotten to see 2 bosses. The first boss we seen, his whole gimmick was he traps you, so you can't... You have to be in his circle. Doesn't really impact us. This one, if you don't stand right here and block the carcass, you'll damage him enough. Like if you tried to safe spot him with the knives over here or whatever, when he got to a low enough health, he'd just come over here and recover all his health from the body. I don't know all the bosses. I just know the early bosses, so the more we progress, probably around the time we get to like floor 20s, it'll be a surprise to us all. Oh, am I out of knives? Oh yeah, let's pick up our knives. Apparently, I've already thrown all 50 of them. Jesus. Yeah, just like that. That was a great display of how this boss works. But now my loot tab is just open, so I don't have to go through that bit again. We can just collect our knives from afar, using our brain. We think hard enough, and the knives just come back to our pockets. Just returns to our hands, we throw them somewhere. But I like the RuneScape music. I originally debated if I wanted to keep RuneScape sound open or if I wanted to just play other music, but I'm like, nah, I like RuneScape music. It fits. Hey man, hello Jonah. How are you doing, buddy? I hope the day has treated you amazingly. Luckily, I'm aware of the knife scenario, so I'm not gonna have him recover his health a second time, so... Hopefully, killing this guy will get us to level 2 range, and then we can start to, snowball our damage output, because right now it is very lacking. Especially since we are using knives. And also notice with these knives, which will be the same case with arrows later, we started with 100, and throughout this floor, we're down to a little over 40. So we do start to lose our ammunition as it goes. You only recover some of it. And pretty much how the floors are gonna work, how this challenge is gonna go, is we'll just clear all the floors, we'll kill the boss, And then we'll head back to the main hub part of the floor, and we'll get all our skilling out of the way. So we'll have the time it takes us to actually complete a floor, and then the time it takes us to get our extra experience. And that is why this challenge will take a long time to complete. Because our inventory right now isn't that bad. I'm not going to do anything with the bag. I'm going to sell the runes. I'll sell the feathers as well in case I can buy enough logs to do anything with that's special. And then hopefully we'll get fire making up to 10. Probably won't on this floor, but we should get it closer. 31 logs got us up to 8 wood cutting. Honestly, it could take us to 10, but I doubt it will. Ooh, 2 defense and 2 range. That's pretty good. Gave us a combat level. Didn't get a prize, really, for winning the fight. And as you get the notification down here, the door is too complex to open when you are in combat. Now the smart move, since we know that we're not going to keep this armor or the knives into the next floor, is we're going to sell them. And the food. We have no use for the food or the bag. So we'll just sell all the things that we are not going to get to keep when we go to the next floor, or that we're not about to use for skilling purposes. And the only things I can buy is the branches, so we'll just go ahead and spend all our money on that. Now, I think the very important thing to do is we're going to go ahead and cook this food. We are going to be burning a fair amount of the food. We do have cooking level 1. Cooking's also going to be it's going to be a fast burn, but it's also going to be a quick burn in terms of actually burning stuff. But as long as we're gaining a couple levels off of the fish, we're good. We've already got level 3 cooking. Every level we get, in theory, will burn less and less of these. Level 4 cooking. The race to which skill can get the level 10 organically is real. And I am going to be selling this fish, so... Your backpack is almost full. Absolutely. Ooh, level 6 cooking off that. Let's go ahead and sell all our crabs, which will get us 8 more logs. And then from here, we'll just go ahead and throw the logs into the fire. And not burn our hand. But we'll probably burn our hand along the way. What can I say? We're not the most precautious people in the world. Now, with all the logs we were able to buy, that might actually get us to level 10 on this floor. And we got a buff from the fire. Won't really help us, since we're doing it at the end. But we did get a buff from it. I'm thinking we probably will get 10 on this floor for fire making. If not, it's gonna be really close. Can I sell the ashes? I don't think he'll buy the ashes for anything. Jay, thank you for the like on the TikTok stream. Yeah, the trader will not buy the ashes, so they are useless to us as they stand on this floor. If we get to 10 fire making and I have logs left, I will go ahead and begin training fletching. Because the main goal of today's stream, I'll probably say this 8 times, is I want to get all of the skills that we can up to level 10 before the end of the stream. Just to see what that looks like. I want to be able to see where the progression's going to be. Like, as you see, woodcutting's already level 8, cooking's level 6, fire making's 5, and it's only gonna go up. So we already see, before we even get into the mining or smithing part, what could go up quickly. What skills are there? So, if you look over here, I know it's kind of small on the TikTok and YouTube short feed. We have attack, strength, and defense. Attack and strength is going to be with the melee weapon, so think like a sword or what have you. A actual physical, brutal weapon like that. Range, which is what we're using, it would be like throwable knives or a bow. In this floor, we had to use our offhand knife because we didn't have any arrows and no way to make an arrow. We have prayer, which is going to be burying bones. I'm not really sure how much progress we're going to be able to make on prayer in this challenge, because we don't have a consistent way to get bones, so it's just whatever we get, we get. We're not even halfway to level 2 prayer. Attack and strength aren't going to be our focus in this challenge. Magic is another combat style, but it does have some utility mechanics. So maybe I should use some of those utility spells to help us. But my early focus isn't going to be magic either. For combat stuff, it's all going to be ranged. We have rune crafting, which we haven't been able to unlock the essence yet, and for that reason, we don't have the thing here yet. We'll see that skill a little bit later on in the run. We have a consistent way to train that, but the XP rate for it to actually gain levels is abysmal. So I'm not sure how much progress we'll make off of that. Construction, we're not going to be able to really do in this run. No feasible way. Dungeoneering, we'll gain those levels every time we complete a floor. Archaeology doesn't apply. Constitution will go up as we do combat, same with defense. Agility, there is a way to gain levels of agility in Dungeoneering, but it's very rare, inconsistent, and we'll probably get locked out of most of those checks to begin with. So I'm not really banking on agility. Herblore is the quest I did before the stream. That way we could at least utilize that skill in the run to make potions that are buff our skills so we can potentially do more with the resources we have and potentially pass some of the skill checks. We'll see later on. Thieving is basically unlocking chests, but I don't really anticipate we'll be able to gain much progress in thieving in this run. I would be very surprised. And also, let me go ahead and deviate. Oh yeah, we don't have the dungeon complexity yet to actually train fletching yet, so I guess I will just burn all of these logs. So we'll just get a good kickstart on fire making. Crafting will be what we make magic armor and ranged armor with. That is going to be the primary focus of it. So, like right here, it'll also be how we make our arrows, but we can't do that until the next floor. We'll be able to make traps once we get the fourth complexity, which will be how we train Hunter. But Hunter is also going to be a very slow burn. I'm not really confident we'll be able to gain much in the way of Hunter levels and experience. I think we mostly won't make progress in Hunter in this challenge run. But crafting, we should be able to make good work with. Fletching, we should be able to make good work with. Slayer, there's not really an applicable way to train it from all level 1s. So we're not going to focus on that. Divination, we'll be able to explore when we get to a later complexity. We don't have access to it yet for the challenge run. But I think we'll be able to gain good levels in Divination long term. Necromancy came way after this skill, and they don't update this skill. So Necromancy, just like Archaeology, is not in this. It is a lot of skills. I'm only 2/3 of the way down the list, but I can explain to you all of them, which is the beautiful thing. We have mining and smithing, which will unlock in the next floor. That'll be how we gain ore to make armor and to help make arrows. That's going to be one of the more important parts for us. Everything else will be making armor to sell. Fishing is how we get the ability to gain food. Let me make sure I'm going the correct way to get out of this floor, because we are done. We have nothing else to do. Cooking will be, of course, cooking the food to give us ways to bring our health back up, because as you can see, it is slowly regenerating, but it's not regenerating well. So that's a thing. We have fire making, which is what you've just watched for the past 5 minutes. Long time no see, buddy. Yes! I was curious if that was actually you or not. How have you been? It's been, what, 20? Like 18 years? I don't remember. Was it 2010 when we lost contact? That sounds right. How has life been treating you, Jonah, over on YouTube? Crazy long time. We're getting old. We're not old yet. We're not quite old yet. Thank you for liking the live more over on TikTok. Very appreciated. We got level 5 Dungeoneering from that. That's very nice. Before we actually begin this floor, I'll finish my explanation now that we can see the rune crafting altar. This will be how we make runes. We have access to that skill now. We have the furnace and anvil, which will be for smithing after we mine it. Wood cutting, of course, is going to be chopping trees. Farming, we'll get to see. I don't know when we actually unlock farming, and then summoning, we'll see in a little bit. I'm not sure when those skills are actually going to unlock for us, but hopefully soon. Now, do I want this short bow over my long bow? I think I am going to destroy my long bow and replace it with the short bow. I think I will do that. Keep up the hustle. The streams are great. Thank you. I appreciate your kind words, buddy. Let's go ahead and bind that. We'll go to bind setup. We're going to trash the longbow. Bring this back to our loadout. And then we have our short bow. And we have arrows. It gave us arrows. God bless. Everything else I'm just going to sell. And since we did actually encounter stuff to fish, I will go ahead and just initially buy 50 area feathers. Rune essence is going to be a way we spend our money at the end of every floor. We also have ores, but I feel like we're going to get a lot more resources for mining than we are rune crafting, so I probably will focus more on buying the essence so we can try to train rune crafting up. Not that I really have a purpose for it, but better than nothing. And now we're actually doing some damage now that we're not using an offhand knife. So that's really nice. I've been doing pretty great. Not usually awake around this time and saw you streaming. Figured I'd say hi. What time are you normally awake? I can't see what time it is currently, but I don't think it's that late, buddy. Now this tree is actually a great example of a way that the RNG for Dungeoneering can mess with you. Do you work the night shift? Do you work overnight? Do you actually work like the overnight shift when you say nights? This tree requires level 80 woodcutting. That is a downside of the procedural generation, is not everything you find resource-wise you'll actually be able to do. You start at midnight, Jesus. I worked that schedule for my previous job for about 2 weeks, and I could not adjust to it. Overnights is not for my brain. But I don't want to be awake all night, ultimately. I know earlier in the stream I talked about I was up until 5 a.m. last night, but that's not what I want. ultimately. It's not the life I wish to live. Also, Jonah, if you use Discord, I welcome you to add me on Discord. We should reconnect. We should actually talk. Because it's been a long time. Been doing it for like 6 years now? Jesus. Buddy. Also might turn off the screen shake feature because I feel like it's kind of... I don't normally notice it, but I'm noticing it now that I'm streaming. I can't chop either of these trees. This is bad RNG for the trees. But I have some ore. I have some fish. We can buy logs if we have to. We do have the ability to mark an enemy so we can visually see better if one of them is tough. But I don't really utilize that feature, and I don't suspect I will in this challenge run. Especially since we are going to be doing solo dungeons. The downside of this challenge run is playing with other people would actually be a detriment to the run. Because I need all the resources I can get. I need to be very selfish in my resource consumption. But I'm very happy that in under an hour, we did get a skill from level 1 to level 10 plus. That feels good. When do we get farming? What complexity level is farming? It doesn't tell us, and I don't know off the top of my head. I don't think we have it unlocked yet. Unfortunately. Looks like everything else we might want is going to be on this side. I know we don't have summoning unlocked either, because we're not getting any charms from anything. But we did get another Novite ore, too. We got 2 more Novite ore spots. That's beautiful. How many pieces of Novite ore do we actually have to pick to get our mining? We're not even halfway. Okay, we're halfway now. That's good. So we should get level 2 mining, maybe off of this one. Probably not, but maybe I'll get level 2 by the end of this floor, if I RNG right. Okay, that is the funniest... That's the more interesting part. You can't plan out, like, oh, this is going to be my method for floor 1, floor 2, etc., because it is truly randomized. You don't know what's going to be in the floor. You don't know what resources you're going to get. You don't know what enemies you're going to be facing. All of that is a mystery. We did get an ore spot and a fishing spot that we'll be able to utilize. No chests, though. I am going to be on the lookout for chests, but I don't think they're going to be common enough for us to really focus on. Also, we're over halfway to level 2 prayer. I would like to see, as we progress, us actually be able to get some of the prayers that are above this one. I'd love to reconnect, but I actually have to go right now. You're all good, buddy. It was nice seeing you. I'm happy to hear that you are still alive and well. Hopefully it won't be another 15 years before we talk again, buddy. I certainly hope not. You accidentally crushed the useful ore in the rock? Can you actually damage some of the ore and not actually collect all of that, what you might be able to? Cause that's crazy. Alright, we didn't really get any good. We have 1 fish and 1 mining. Just kidding. It didn't pop up on the mini-map originally, because you can see up here on the top right what you actually are contributing for. We're getting way less experience in combat skills than I thought we would. That kind of makes me concerned for the longevity of this. I feel like, in my head, the levels went quicker on, like, my mana count. So I'm very curious. if I'm just wrong. We've reached total level 75. Let's go. That's beautiful. The clan I'm in has been offering me advice. A lot of their advice, though, is going to be way later on down the road. Currently, we are just kind of, we're starting at the basics, which I like. I like being able to utilize my notes. I don't even have to really read all the notes for real. A lot of them I just know off the top of my head, but some of them are good to know. This was a great Novite, Hem Crab, Tangle Gum. This was a great RNG room. We got really lucky here. 4 resources in one room. Am I unmuted? Yes. And I did fix the bot. Theoretically. All his moderation tools are turned off. So it shouldn't happen a third time. Dumb bot. I know, right? You add a bot to try to be helpful and it just ends up being annoying. Should have known better. I am actually out of feathers, so if we run into any more fishing spots, I am going to have to go back to the main hub and grab more. The fact we've actually fished 50 fish in this floor is pretty good. Level 3 mining is good progression. Bro just said, nah, you ain't chatting to my creator. Nightbot is being possessive. We keep getting teased. We have the summoning obelisk everywhere. Same with the farming patches. We have so many summoning and farming teases, but we haven't actually unlocked it yet, so we can't actually utilize those skills yet. Ooh, we're at the boss room already. Facing Icy Bones again. That won't be a hard fight. Now, interestingly enough, we did not really get a lot of wood because what does the summoning altar do? It allows us to utilize items known as charms and then a secondary ingredient to create a pouch that lets you summon different creatures. It'll probably be helpful to speed up fights. I think that'll be the main use we have. Bathus knives. I'm probably gonna bind those for later. Yeah, they're pets that help us fight. We're gonna go ahead and teleport back to the beginning. Wait, what dropped all the way down there? Oh, Mysterious Chronicle. We'll read that. We'll read the Chronicle, or at least we'll skip through the Chronicle. But first, we're gonna go ahead and see what we can do with our skills. I'm ending the floor with full health. That's pretty good. I am gonna have to burn one of the logs so we can actually cook. But first, let's go ahead and train our smithing up a little bit since we have a lot of ore. Bro is just going through a hole in the floor magically. We do that. Now, I actually do really like... This is something that, like, for probably most of you watching across the platforms, you probably don't play RuneScape. You have no idea what I'm talking about here. But Dungeoneering, the skill we're in currently, that the whole challenge is based around, does smithing in the old school way where you make the bars yourself and then you get experience instantly when you create the armor. It doesn't have a waiting period of you actually hammering the bar of metal for like a minute to make your armor. And that's something I really do like about Dungeoneering, and it brings you back to the old way of smithing, which is my personal preference. I can just go over here. I can't make everything, interestingly enough. We already have the Novite pickaxe. Hey, I play Skyrim. I know half the stuff you're talking about. Absolutely. And that's why I use keywords. Because it is important that we are able to, you know, express. What are the sell prices for these? They're all the same. The trader gives us more for the arrowheads, but it's less experience. I guess we'll make some pickaxes, and when I gain a level, I'm gonna back out immediately. And then we'll go to the warhammers. All of this is the same fun, so we'll just start making them. But at least in this scenario, it instantly makes. It doesn't rely on us actually... We don't have to wait for the bar to heat up. We don't have to wait for any of that. And we have 5 smithing already. That's pretty good. Now, how much am I actually going to make off of what we just made? 5.7. Goofy animation. RuneScape is a goofy-ass game. Alright, let's go ahead and light one of our logs. Not close to the carpet. I'd hate to burn his carpet. Oh, no. Go ahead and cook our fish. That way we can sell the fish. And then maybe we'll get some rune crafting in. I feel like that's where we're lacking in currently, is rune crafting. And fletching. I could buy logs. But I feel like we're gonna have more access to logs, as I previously said. So I'm gonna focus elsewhere on that regard. He will not buy our burnt fish, so we'll just sell him the non-burnt. We'll have to do this a couple of times. But it looks like cooking is gonna be our second skill to hit over 10 organically. And we're barely an hour in to the run, so I feel pretty good with that. I was worried that we'd be 4 hours in and I'd only have like a few skills actually leveled up in a notable way. But I think we're gonna end up, I think we're in a great spot. And this is kind of why I wanted to do the challenge in the first place, is the clan I'm in, we're kind of talking as if it was going to be something absolutely abysmal. But I didn't really think it would be, at least not in the beginning. I think as we progress, as we get past the initial levels, because the early levels come a lot quicker than the later levels, which is why I'm concerned we're not gaining combat levels quick enough. It won't hurt us, I don't think. I don't think we're in a rush to get these up, even if I want them up, and it'll help us to get them up. Alright, I have 2 of these, so we're gonna go ahead and craft 2 short bows. Fletching is a slow skill. And we'll go ahead and make them into bows. That way we've at least used our bowstring. And now we have options. What do I want to actually focus on? Let's buy 1 bowstring, and we'll make another bow. Let's buy... How many do I need to make 1? I need 1 more bar. So we'll buy 1 ore. And I think the rest of it we'll buy rune essence. I think that's the plan. But I'm giving myself an extra couple seconds to debate it. But I think that makes sense. And then once rune crafting gets above fletching, which I think we'll be able to gain more consistent experience in, maybe I focus on fletching. Alright. Oh yeah, I deleted COD today. Why'd you delete COD today? We'll go ahead and buy as many of these as we can. And the only thing we can actually make right now are air runes. And as you can see, 0.5 experience per 5. So we are not going to be gaining a lot of experience here. Too many no-life spawn killing. I feel that. We did actually gain a runecrafting level from under 10,000 gold. And it's not even worth playing anymore. Absolutely. Now at level 2, we didn't really get anything noteworthy. We have mine runes now, but they give the same experience. It won't be until level 5 that we have a higher thing. How much am I actually going to get off of these air runes? 214. Just might as well rename COD the Greedy Gun Game. Absolutely. The only thing I can buy with this 214 gold is minimal. I don't even think that's enough to use it. Okay, I can still use it with 4. 0.4 experience I got from that. Alright, and that is a great example of our skilling at the end. Actually, wait a second. I almost forgot. Since I can't carry the armor and arrows with me to the next floor, I might as well sell them for money. Beautiful. Every experience point matters. 0.1. We're doing this for 0.1. But the game tracks that. That's all that matters. It's tracking our 0.1. It's funny how you just casually face through the walls instead of doing the logical thing. Yeah. I would agree. I will look forward to when we get past the initial tutorial phase of Dungeoneering. That way we can at least... How long is this? Oh, this isn't long at all. I'll read it. Year 1225 of the 4th Age. Finally, after 4 long years of bringing in weak-minded fools to follow my cause unknowingly. Today is the day I begin the Great Descent. Today, my research pays off and the journey begins. Today, I journey down towards ultimate victory. My power is as true as the whispers calling. Today, I begin. Praise be to Samurai. Master Chef cooked the most. Amen. We're gonna go ahead and skip that. We got 225 more experience points. We now have access to floor 3, and we are now up. Bro, might as well be a voice actor. People hate my voice. I don't think I could be. Or let me not phrase it in a negative way. It's not that people hate my voice. It's that my voice is controversial because people assume things based on my voice. That's the truth. Right there. People hate your voice too? Yeah, people are haters. Ooh, you can actually see the coif because I don't have that blocked. Very interesting. Alright, we'll go ahead and sell the hatchet, we'll sell the warhammer, and we'll sell the longbow. I did not read what we got from the complexity here, so I don't know what we actually just unlocked for skills. Probably should have read that, but womp womp. I'm gonna see if my hack stuff is done. Bugging, BRB. Sounds good, buddy. As you can see, as we progress through, we are killing things faster, and now they're actually dropping loot that will be helpful to us. We got 1 no light ore off of that ghost. We're not gonna be picking up everything, I don't think. I don't think it's gonna be worth our time to pick up literally everything that every enemy drops. Ooh, I can pick the Salvin nettles, maybe. Ooh. Is that on my list? It's not. Why was that on my notes? I was slacking last night. I forgot that the stream just goes in the corner of the screen. Let's go. I don't know what I can use the salve nettles for, to be honest. So I'm gonna keep them down for a minute. All level 1 enemies, so we should just be okay. How close do we are to prayer? Scores, by the way, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. I hope you are doing amazing. What the fuck is this series? Alright, well let's start from point A. Is it just 99 Dungeoneering? No. This run, some people say I'm just torturing myself. The clan I'm in thinks I am torturing myself. I am seeing from a fresh account how long it'll take to get any 99 in any skill if I focus on training all the viable skills. And my definition of viable and other people's definition of viable are definitely different from each other. Like, I am training runecrafting even. But there are some skills that I'm not focusing on. Agility, thieving. You could theoretically get experience in Dungeoneering for them, but they're not worth the time. Like, it's too RNG based in a way that it's just not gonna happen. So that's not where the focus is. Divination, be decent. Yeah, I think that one's gonna be an easy one down the road. As long as we get good RNG for it, I think that'll be fine. But I'm actually excited to see how the run goes. We're an hour and 12 minutes in, and I already have 2 skills over level 10, and my idea for today's stream was gonna be to see... I was gonna say, why are we not shooting? Question mark? I wanted to see if I could get all the primary skills we were going to be focusing on to level 10 today, or at least how many of them we would. So we're going to be going for about 3.5, 4 hours. Blood Spindle is bad RNG. I do not have 20 woodcutting. That is the risk we take. But I actually love Dungeoneering as a skill. Some people hate the skill. I like it. I've always been a fan of it. I don't know as much about the skill as I wish I did. Yeah, it's not bad. I enjoy it. Could you argue it should have been a minigame? Sure. Buffy over on TikTok. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing fantastic. You play a group Iron Man. Nice. I've never had success getting a group together to do a group Iron Man and them stick around. Started almost a year ago on release. Nice. How have y'all been doing progress-wise? Has everyone in the group actively played the whole time? And that's generally the struggle you hit with it. Alright, we did get a Tangle Gum tree. That's good. A lot of the time, what I find in groups is at least half of the group just vanishes. So we had to kick a member after 1 month. Why did you have to kick a member? And we have 10 woodcutting until we have our 3rd skill that hit the point I wanted to hit. Then we got another member. Alright. Don't you get, isn't there an asterisk on the group Iron Man if you add a member? He wasn't playing because of inner life problems. That makes sense. Alright, we got a Novite ore in here. We have a Tangle Gum. Okay, we got good luck in here. Ooh, and our inventory is starting to get full. That is a good thing and a bad thing. It means I need to go sell things. But... Total! Thank you for liking the stream over on TikTok. I appreciate you, buddy. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a crab so I can bury the bone. I'll go ahead and mine the ore. 4 to 5 of us are max. Jesus. Very effective group. Tech is back with some food over on YouTube. Very nice. What did you get to eat, Tech? What was your food of choice? Now, I brought a water. Normally, I drink soda on screen. But I knew that with RuneScape, there's no dialogue to fill time. So I knew I would have to talk a lot more than I normally do. So I brought a water because I knew my throat was going to feel it after not streaming for a week. And as a group, but one doesn't want to grind max, and two in total are having breaks, and as a group, we not grinding experience anymore. Like in June, we got 460 million XP as a team in a month. Ooh. But now it started to slow down. That's the main thing I'm hearing. Now it's slowing down. Momentum's faded. I'm one crab away. This month we got 8 million XP this month as a team. Nice. I guess I'm gonna have to teleport. I don't know if I'm gonna come back for this one crab. How much am I getting per crab? Depending how much he's buying them for determines if I care enough to go back for this crab. 72? 72 isn't a lot, but 72 is actually kind of a lot in terms of just getting any kind of experience. So I guess I will take the minute out to go grab it. Why not? Plus, I can go through the gold diamond door. By the way, added you on Discord? Nice. I forgot to post an update in the Discord. So we like 6% capacity, what we were at. I mean, I think how you have to look at it. When you're in the end game, 8 million isn't that much, but in comparison to a lot of groups, especially groups in the early game of a group Iron Man, you're still doing amazing. I don't think 8 million is a bad number. Just not where you were. And think about it like this. I don't think there's anything I could do in a month of Dungeoneering right now to get 8 million experience myself, or even 2 million. From level 1. Ooh, we got level 3 range, let's go! Every level we get. Ever play any of the skate games? I have not. Isn't the one that just came out recently free to play? Isn't that what I've seen? Isn't that why I've seen more people playing the skate game? Because it's free? I might be wrong on that. Yes. Nice. Maybe I should try it, though. You can't argue with free. And that is the funny part of me streaming RuneScape is, and this isn't a knock, no RuneScape player should take offense to this, but a fair amount of RuneScape players, this is their one game. They do not diversify their games very often. You should, like, play with me on Skate. Maybe. We'll see. I'm open-minded. A lot of RuneScape players primarily play RuneScape, and maybe they have one more game they'll play. Am I close enough to see that he has a, okay, he has a spinning wheel at the main hub. I don't need to deal with that right now. No chests. I don't even know if we can get chests right now, but just a quick search for no chests. In theory, we're probably about done with this floor already. We'll get some crafting experience in this floor. Ooh, okay, this guy is gonna take a little bit more of my active attention. Not a lot, but a little bit. I can't just yap. I gotta be ready for this attack. Because if you do not move actively, those spikes will actually damage you pretty well. I forgot if I ever asked, but have you played any Far Cry games? I don't know we've talked about Far Cry on stream, but I will explain my experience with Far Cry. I have played a couple of them, and they didn't really do it for me, but I own Far Cry 4, and I'm open-minded to giving Far Cry 4 a chance next. I've tried Far Cry 2 and 3, and neither of them did it for me. Alright, we have a book on environmental effects that we'll read when we're done here. But let's get our skilling on. Once again, we'll take off the coif and the arrows to sell. I have Far Cry 5 on digital. How many Far Cry games are there now? I don't even know. Alright, so to begin, we have a little bit of ore. We have a little bit of wood. 6. You mean main games? Cause isn't there like a Far Cry Primal? And isn't there a second spinoff? I might be wrong. Once again, I'm not the most knowledgeable Far Cry person in the world. I don't even think I could tell you how many Assassin's Creed games there are, and I actually do enjoy some Far Cry. Or not Far Cry, Assassin's Creed. Now, how much am I going to be able to do with these salve cloths right now? And will I actually gain a crafting level off of this? That would be cool. Because if so, that would mean I've only played Far Cry 5 and I know life's at first playthrough, then my data corrupted. Oh no. I wonder what skill is going to stay at level 1 of the skills we're going to be focusing on. Because I'm not worried about attack strength. I'm not worried about magic right now. Construction, archaeology, divination, slayer, thieving, agility. The rest of them, though, are fair game. I need thread. Now, by no life, I meant that I completed everything. Nice. I miss when I cared more to actually 100% games. I'm hoping that it's not burning a thread per. I'm hoping. That's unfortunate. Didn't really want to spend that much money on thread. Now I can make some shoes. This is magic armor, so we don't really have a use for it currently. Wait, what did I just do to that? I 100% a lot of games when I was like 5 to 11. That makes sense. When I was younger, I definitely, I only need 7, so I'll buy 7. Not 5. 7. Makes sense, makes sense. We don't have a use for the magic armor. But it's free money. And we got 4 crafting off of that, so that's pretty good. We're almost at 100 total level. Okay, I already made the bars. I can make 2 of these. Am I close to a level? It'll take both of them to give me a level, damn. And then I can sell these. I'm not trained in fire making on this floor because I need fletching experience, so I guess. Let's see. I can make arrows or bows. Arrows will be faster, but it's not as much experience, so I guess I am just gonna make them into short bows. Let's go ahead and do 6 to begin with in case we gain a level. I don't think we are. What? Keeping in mind I am gonna string the bows so I can sell them proper. Try to min-max our resources while we can. And then we'll buy 6 bowstring. That'll get us level 2 fletching. It might take all of them, but we will get the level. Ever tried Warframe? I had a buddy online from a community I met that wanted me to play Warframe. Unfortunately, he wanted to play it together, and he never actually got me to play it. He never was available at the right time, so I never ended up trying it. But it was on a list at one point of games I should consider playing. And it looked good. Like, it looked like it'd be a good time. I think the whole conversation of why I should try it is that it kind of has a RuneScape vibe. Not really, but kind of. And I could kind of see it. So, I considered it. Alright, we'll buy 6 more bowstring. It's a good no-life game. See, and that's also the problem I have. If I'm gonna play a no-life game, if I'm gonna dig myself into a hole, I'm just gonna play RuneScape. And if I'm burnt out on RuneScape, I'll go play old school RuneScape. And if I'm tired of old school RuneScape, I'll return to this version of RuneScape. And if I'm tired of them both, I'm probably not gonna no-life another game, so... Alright, let's start clearing these out. We did get 2 prayer. I think that went under the radar for me, but we did get 2. In terms of smithing, how... Okay, it won't show us until we go to the anvil again. How many bars do I need? I need 2 more bars. So I can buy 2 ore and then I'll spend the rest on rune crafting. I think that's the fair move. I just feel like we have to get on the rune crafting grind early. I think if we don't, we're gonna be backtracking the whole game. The whole challenge. We'll just be backtracking to try to boost it. 148. Alright, let's make us some mine runes. Let's see if we can get the 3 rune crafting. Are you interested in, like, programming and coding? Not really. I've thought about it at one point, but anything that's kind of like technical support... I did not mean to drop those. Anything that's kind of like technical support just doesn't ring well for my brain. And I feel like programming and coding is like step 1 of that process in a weird way. Alright, that is everything we're gonna be able to get out of... Oh! I didn't sell my shoes. Oh, I equipped the shoes. That's what happened to these pair of shoes earlier. That's 2 more rune essence right there. 0.2 experience. Alright, now we've milked this for as much as we're gonna be able to milk it. Let's read Environmental Effects Part 1. What's this book say? How long is this book? Okay, it's only 4 pages. We'll read it. If it's like 8 pages, I'm not reading it. But I'll read 4. 5th Age. Year 46. Date unknown. As we get ever closer to whatever it is our master seeks at the bottom of this place, the effect it is having on our world becomes more apparent. The very materials around us have warped under its influence, with previously unknown materials emerging constantly. At first, we began discovering small deposits in the deepest areas of the dungeons only. However, shortly after, similar discoveries were made further up the dungeon, until even the frozen over areas built nearly 1,000 years ago were populated by these strange deposits. Metals, new types of trees, new plants, all of these have emerged since we started the dig. I can only postulate that whatever lies at our destination, deeper still beneath the ground, is something of such great power that it can change, alter, and dare I say, taint the physical properties of matter in our world. What a beautiful book. That's lore. Alright, we've now unlocked complexity level 9. I can now access floor number 4. Still don't think I can do mediums. I think I have to unlock complexity 6 to access mediums and larges. All skills included, plus farming seeds, herb lore, thieving, summoning, complete shop stock, challenge rooms, plus skill doors. Alright, so we're basically almost at the complexity it's gonna be at. And now, unfortunately, what that means is lately, the game's been blessing us with arrows. We're not gonna be blessed with arrows for real anymore. And you'll notice our divination spot right here. Hopefully, we'll get to get some divination experience in the coming floor. Dungeoneering itself is almost at level 10 as well. Alright, let me put the arrow or the knives down before. Because if I can't easily get arrows, I might as well use the knives. And I can't just buy them, and I'm not about to... I'm gonna sell this. I think we're just gonna equip the knives and use the knives for a bit. I think that's the smart move. Also, let's go ahead and buy some feathers. I almost forgot. Yeah, feathers. And as you can see, they have given us more things. Oh, I actually could have bought arrows, but they're 40 each. It's fine. They gave us knives. We have some ingredients, some secondary ingredients here. We have some seeds. We got plenty of fish. We got some hide. Can you buy a trap? Don't look like you can. I think you gotta make your own trap. But they gave you the resources to make the trap, so I mean... Valid. Alright. Oh, we have our first locked chest. Will it actually be level 1? Can I actually open it? I could! I actually got some experience from that. That's incredible. Did not expect that I'd actually get any thieving experience today. So we're already above and beyond. Now, if you're paying attention on the mini-map on the top right, you'll see the yellow dot, which could indicate an NPC, it could indicate enemies, or it could be wisps, which is what we will be doing with divination. And as you can see, we are also now getting some cave potato seeds. We are getting more resources as well. So, at a farming spot, I can plant a seed. It won't take that long to grow, but I don't plan on sticking around to wait for it. We'll just backtrack in a minute for it. See if I can open this chest. Can I get lucky twice? Oh my god. Am I gonna gain a thieving level today? That would be incredible. There's no way the third chest will also let me engage it. There's no way. I do not believe. I believe at level 20 Dungeoneering, we'll be able to bound a second item to us, because as you see, we keep loading in with the bow. Soon, we'll be able to get more than just the bow. And as you can see, our inventory, now that we're getting further and further in, is starting to fill up a lot quicker, which is a good thing we have the group gatestone. That way I can quickly sell things and come back. Honestly, on that note, I'm probably going to drop the gatestone here. Okay, we're going to grab the potatoes. Because as you see in my notes, to be fair, the notes aren't really, they're still valid for cooking, but not as much as they once were. Potatoes are going to take a lot of room in our inventory. So we are going to go ahead and go back to the hub area, and we're going to go ahead and just drop the potatoes for now. The crabs are good in case I need to eat something. We've not been in a dangerous combat scenario yet in this run, so I've not had to, but on the off chance we need to, it's a good thing to have. Also, I guess I'll go ahead and sell some of the runes. Beautiful. And then we can go through this portal and it'll take us back to the stone we got. Different seeds take different amount of time to grow. But in Dungeoneering, none of them take a long time because you're not going to be in the dungeon for that long. Wow, that's 3 chests in a row that I was actually able to open. And dare I say, we're getting close to a farming level. We'll go ahead and open the door while we wait for that. Only one enemy in here. Short-finned eel. We cannot fish those, but I can fish for the hem crabs. I want to say the short-finned eels are level 20 fishing? 40, excuse me, I'm far off. There's no way I can unlock this chest as well. There's just no way. Now, there are going to be some floors where I buy feathers or I buy an item to help me with potential resources and we just RNG out and we don't get it. Luckily, I keep buying feathers and I waste some feathers, but I don't waste a lot of feathers if I do. Fishing is getting close to level 10, that's good. I'm curious if we can get mining, smithing, and fishing to level 10 before the 2-hour mark. I think that would be cool. I do not have this key. And I need to drop some of the things in my inventory because I'm not going to have room for the one patch of potatoes that I need to grab. So let's go ahead and drop some of these cave potatoes. And then we'll go back to the portal. Normally in the main game, if you drop something, it'll despawn, but as long as it's not like ashes, you're good. You can keep an item on the floor indefinitely, and it's fine. Why was I gonna drop the stone here? Oh, because I had a key here. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and drop the gate stone right here. That way, when we get the key, we can just head back to the hub and go to it. What does this require? Prayer. We lucked out. Haven't ran into a tough enemy yet in this floor. Once we get past the small floors, we will start to engage in a higher combat difficulty. But small floors are a bit better. Now, that force bar requires strength. So unless that is the most basic level, we will not be able... Yeah, 58 strength. We cannot unlock that door. there is no boost in the world that will enable us to get to that door. Which is fine. There are going to be floors throughout this run that we cannot go through every room. That is just part of the job. Ooh, another chest in here. Novi ore. A blue diamond key that I don't think we'll be able to use. Another force bar. Hopefully not 58 strength. But considering we're not even 2 hours into the run, I feel pretty good about the progress we've made so far. I am thankful that keys do not take up inventory spots. I think that's a positive thing. When are these chests gonna give me a charm? Not that time either. Do I have the power to lift this one? I do! I can actually lift this door open. Let's go. Ooh, that's the boss, but we do know wait, did I try this chest? Oh, I just missed that chest entirely. Yeah, the chests are unmarked, so if you don't see them, you're kind of SOL. But we're about to be at the point where we can get even level. But what is funny is, as you can see, it doesn't take us that long to actually progress through a small floor. Once we get to the large floors, though, the amount of time it takes us to actually complete one is going to be much longer. Which is okay. Some people rush through the floors. I have no issue if a large floor takes me 2.5 hours. I don't think it's going to take us 2.5 hours on stream. I think as we stream, we are much more focused on the goal. We're not dicking around. We're not talking in the clan chat. We're not getting distracted. We're focused. So I think that'll help us not take 2 hours on a floor. But casually it has. I will be testing the pause timer button soon. I think after this floor, we're going to go ahead and back out and take our first break of the stream. But we'll finish this floor first. We're almost done with it. Ooh, they're actually runecrafting level 46. Do not get that. And we got thieving level 2. Let's go. I should have dropped the stone. I guess not. I'm just going to head right. Oh, I guess I'll drop it when I go over here. I wonder if thieving is actually possible. If I can get good RNG. I wonder. Alright, we got a level 1 gluttonous behemoth. Examine tag says he looks hungry. But we're about to just kill this guy, no biggie. We ain't about to struggle. Am I close to level 4 range? Kinda. I don't think it'll happen by killing this boss, but I think we're getting close. Because as we progress the levels, we'll be able to do higher tier of armor, of weapons. I received Novi boots that I'm going to sell immediately. I'm going to go ahead and drop the gate stone right here, and we're going to go ahead and teleport back to the hub so we can do our end of 4 skilling. We have quite a bit of fish, not a lot of ore. We gain no charms here, unfortunately. Now I'm not really sure how some of these cooking recipes work, to be honest with you. And I'm gonna go ahead and sell the boots and the knives since we're done on the floor. Let's see. Because in theory, as you can see here, I have like a Heim crab and potato, and we do have cave potatoes. But I'm not really sure how that works. So let's go ahead and light a fire and let's see. If I cook the potatoes, we get some cooking experience off that. Now what if I try to cook these? Can I combine them? Ooh, that is how you combine them. But that alone doesn't actually get you experience. So I think my notes misled me in terms of experience gain. But that's okay. How much value did these have? He'll buy that for 72, or he'll buy the hem crab for 72. So as long as the potato has any value to him, it's not profitable to do that. How much is a raw potato worth to you? 54? Oh yeah, it makes no sense to combine them. Then we just lose money. Now, for the sake of experience, I am going to be cooking the potatoes either way. I don't have space in my inventory, which is fine. I'll sell these potatoes, and I'll sell all of these. Why do I have ashes in my pocket? Question mark. Let's go ahead and use all the raw potatoes, and then we'll make more money. You accidentally burn the cave potato. Oh, if you burn the potato, it makes ash? I did not know that. That is... I did not mean to eat that raw potato. That's my bad. That's money waste. Whoopsies. Alright, let's try to maximize this fire. Let's go ahead and get more cooking going on. Level 12 cooking. I don't know what level it'd be for us to stop burning the crabs. But we're still on crabs. At least for now. If I get over 10k, that'll be pretty good room crafting experience if I go that route again. Go ahead and light another fire so I can cook more. I wonder if cooking is going to be the breakout skill of the day. So far it looks like it will be. Fire making would be if I used all the logs for it, but I'm not. Wood cutting if I had better RNG. But otherwise it just looks like cooking is going to be the standout. Which is expected, which brings up the interesting question of, could you, hypothetically, get 99 cooking in Dungeoneering by the 100-hour mark? These are the questions we ask ourselves. Reminder that at the top left you see 2 doors unopened. One of them is a rune crafting door I could not do, and another one is a strength door I could not do. Alright, let's see. I can smite 1, and I gained a level, which will allow me to make something that needs 4 bars. So I will go ahead and buy 2 ore, which will unfortunately put us back under 10k. Now the fact that I'm already at almost 8 smithing is pretty good. I like the spear as a weapon. Alright, we'll sell that and we'll sell that. We're back up to 10k. I think we actually lost money in that exchange, to be honest with you. Alright, at 2 fletching, I gain 10 per bow. So I need to make 3 bows. So we'll go ahead and make 3 unstrung short bows, and then I don't have to buy bows in the short term. 'Cause as long as we just make traps, we don't actually have to spend more money. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to explore any new skill outside of thieving and farming in this run. We still haven't gotten any charms for summoning, and we didn't see any wisps. Or lore. We did not get any of that either, unfortunately. Alright, are we gonna get up to 11k after we make some traps? Looks like we just might. The traps would be used for Hunter, but we did not encounter any of those creatures on this floor. Alright, it's time to do our annual dunk all our funds into Rune Essence. Let's go. Don't worry, every experience point matters on the road to 99 rune crafting. Alright, and then I'll sell this for 200, to which I'll be able to gain 0.4 experience again. And I'll be able to buy 4. Beautiful. We are 13 experience. In another floor, we should, in theory, be able to actually get level 3 runecrafting. That is nice. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the end. We are done on this floor. I'll pick up my group gate stone. It doesn't really have a point, but we might as well. Are you sure? Yes. Continue. You have now unlocked all of the complexity levels within Daemonheim. The complete Dungeoneering experience awaits you on the next floor. You have unlocked the next floor. You can now reach. Bum-ba-da-bum-ba-da-bum. And now, you get more experience if you go through the bonus rooms. If it doesn't take you to the boss, it's not required. And now, after this, we are going to go ahead and leave the floor. And then, before we go, I am here. I press leave. I actively press leave. Let's go ahead and go back to the surface. Now, if I put this ring back on, open my party interface. Open my party. I'll have to be down to do it. If I form a party, guide mode is off now. That's good. Can I go to large floors now that I'm on complexity 6? I can. All right. When we get back from break, we are going to go ahead and take our break. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the timer. And it paused beautifully, by the way. Love that. We're going to go ahead and take our first break of the stream. When we come back, we will begin our first large floor. And depending on how long that takes, it could be the last floor we do. We'll see. We're going to explore it together. We know how long the small floors have taken. But let's try a large dungeon next time. We'll be back in a few short minutes. Alright, we are back. I didn't notice that at run, I have to move around in the game to make the game pop back up. But what I did notice is we got level 11 Dungeoneering. So that's nice. Go ahead and get our party interface going. Everything is good. Alright, let's get the timer going and let's continue on with the next floor. Large floor. Let's see how it goes. We got some ranged armor immediately, that's good. 2 things to sell. I see arrows, so we're already in a good spot with our equipment immediately. And are these... Ooh, they're offhand knives. I'll keep them on me for now. But with arrows, I don't think we'll need them. But I'll keep them in case we run out of arrows. As we do large floors, I guess that is an inherent risk. We could run out. But I don't think so. As you can see on the top left, the map is way bigger and we are kind of covering that screen. Now that we're in a large floor, and we have the puzzle rooms here, we will have to do a little bit more engagement in some of the parts of the map. Oh, I got feathers. That's a good thing, because I forgot to buy some. Tangle gum tree, I can actually use that. That's good. I cannot use the Marmoros ore. I'll have to sell it, which is fine. Having things to sell is good. Level 12 wood cutting, very nice. Can I melt this frozen figure? I can! What chapter is this? What story? Am I free? My home has been in that ice for so long. How can I reward you? I have so little to offer as a reward. Perhaps I can offer my skills as a storyteller. Yes, that is what I shall do. I shall let you into my stories, whenever you want, as often as you want. It's the least I can do. Why were you frozen to the ice? I honestly can't remember. Perhaps it was a cave-in. A flash flood, perhaps. But then again, I vaguely remember laughter. Haunting laughter. Was it really laughter? Or something my paranoid mind conjured up? How long have you been frozen down here? What age is this? It's the 6th age. Is that accurate? Cauldron, is this actually the 6th age? Currently? Is that up to date? I don't remember. Oh, in that case, I've been down here for a long time indeed. It may even be centuries. What are these stories you talk about? I know all the stories that have taken place within Daemonheim. Every grand adventure, every tragic romance. I know them, and in turn, I have lived them. They're all categorized safely in my mind's library, to be read at a moment's notice. So, you can tell me what's at the bottom of Daemonheim? And ruin the adventure for you? Spoilers, dear lady. Spoilers. Could you at least tell me these stories? I would love to. But not here. The dungeons are too dangerous for idle storytelling. Now that I'm free from my frost prison, I can meet you on the surface. Come to me there, and I will tell you such tales. At least, I will if you can jog my memory. Find story elements within while in Daemonheim, and I will happily relate the associated saga to you on the surface. Okay, bye! Yes, farewell for now, my friend. I will wait for you on the surface, near a nice warm fire, if there is one. Find story elements here in Daemonheim and visit me with them. They will unlock stories that you will scantly believe. Shall I return to the surface now, or is there more you would wish to ask? You can go. Bye. Now, I'm not immediately gonna drop my teleport. Oh, I can recover a memory on the bear pelt. Smelly and warm. You wonder if there's a story. Ooh, we have ore we can't do. Ooh, and we have suspicious grooves. Unfortunately, I do not have the range to just long range them like that. In my casual play on my main account, I haven't gotten the suspicious groups in a long time. So seeing those here, oh my god, that's so much. I'll take both of the seeds, and I guess I'm gonna go ahead and drop that and teleport back to the hub. And we have seeds to farm later, whenever we get to a room that lets us. I am gonna go ahead and sell most of this. I'll sell... honestly, I'm gonna sell most of them. That was a lot of crabs it gave me. Could they all take the crabs? Alright, I can't deal with either of the resources there. And we have a level 5 mercenary leader. This is the highest enemy level we've gotten so far. The mercenary leader spawns in minions, who are generally going to be low level, generally level 1 in their case, but it's only level 5. I do see resources for us to gather after we kill them, so that's nice. The longer you take to kill the mercenary leader, the more he will spawn. And even after you kill him, you do have to kill the minions because they are real. They are real people. You do have to murder them both. Go ahead and bury the bones. As we do quickly approach level 3 prayer. That makes me happy to see. Ooh, my inventory is already going to be full again, so I am about to have to sell more things. You're probably going to find that we are going to have to make a lot more trips back to the hub, now that we're in a large floor. But we'll see. I now have farm in level 2, that's pretty nice. And we have passed the 2-hour mark of the challenge. So that's interesting. I feel like we've made good progress. I am going to go ahead and sell probably just 10. We know that we're not going to get more Maros or as the level 10 unlock, so I am going to go ahead and sell that. And then I guess we'll head back to the portal. Inventory management is going to be more vital in the large floors. Level 1, level 1, level 1. We've still not encountered anything for divination. A clanmate told me I might not find any unless I got my divination up, but I didn't really find a resource to confirm that data. I did get level 4 range and defense, so my combat level is a little bit higher now. I do more damage, and I have more ability. Any chests in here? We are going to encounter way less chests now. Do I have the level for this dark spirit? I need a prayer level of 97! Oh my goodness. Can I dispel the magical barrier? 60. Nope. So that is 2 bonus rooms I do not have access to currently. Ooh, and we have our first actual puzzle. I am not gonna look at it, for the record. That's almost gonna fill my inventory again. Now, luckily, this one looks to be an easy one. Already complete. You need to finish the puzzle to be able to unlock these doors. Generally, when you see one enemy in a room, they might be a higher level. In that case, it was not, so we kind of got lucky. I am gonna have to go ahead and teleport back to the main hub to sell some stuff, because I am already full again. Wildercrass might be level 10 crafted, which I don't think we'll be able to engage with in this. But I'm gonna keep it just in case, because level 10 is at least theoretically plausible. Everything else, I'm gonna sell. The fire runes, the anti-dragon shield, the body runes, the law runes, and we'll sell 10 more hemcrafts. Do I have the strength to lift this? 43? I do not. And now you might ask yourself, shouldn't I train strength since we failed multiple of those checks now? There's not really a point in trying to focus your skills based on those doors, because as you've seen, there's literally a level 90 whatever prayer door, 97 prayer. Those just aren't going to be feasible. So trying to chase the levels to get all of those just aren't really a thing we're going to do. We finally have a farming patch, so we can go ahead and start to farm some seeds. So I am going to go ahead and drop my stone here. And luckily, I have the key to this door, so I can be productive. Did I? Okay, I planted the seed. It didn't indicate it to me, but we did. We have an altar. We don't really have a use for prayer right now, because I don't really need to use thick skin to increase my defensive rating currently. I got another seed, so we're going to be at these farming patches for a hot minute. But we have to remember not to sell the potatoes immediately, because we can just use them for, money. More money, more power. That door was the strength door. I can enter that door. We'll go ahead and do that. We won't wait for them to be done farming. We'll make some progress since I left the stone there. Try to make as much progress as we can. They're all level 1s. Is that another farming patch? Beautiful. Fire Breath Whiskey. I don't know if we're going to have a use for it on this floor, but I won't sell it because we might. I might just drop it in the main hub. Honestly, I should probably start dropping everything in the main hub. Sage Wort. I can clean that. I can make that into a potion. Alright, let's go ahead and backtrack to the first farming patch. See if I can farm a little bit. How close am I to level 3 farming? Not really. If we can get level 3 farming, that'll be nice. Long term, I might want to move the timer. But I think my webcam's still in the way of it. Nothing left in that patch. My inventory is almost full, so I'm gonna go ahead and home telly anyway. Long term, we will start to sell some of the seeds. I'm not gonna min-max experience that hard. Like, once we're at, like, level 20, I don't expect me to continue to farm the level 1 stuff. Eventually, it's just not worth it. I am gonna go ahead and drop most of the... I don't think I need 11 hemcraft on me, so I'm gonna go ahead and sell 5 of them. And then we'll go through the portal. And we'll go ahead and do our farm run real quick. Now, farming will kind of deviate us off from the dungeon in the short term, just so we can go ahead and get those out of the way. I'd rather do it in the middle than wait until the end. Because if I wait till the end, we're going to just be sitting around for a while. Especially as you've seen, I already had like 10 seeds. It's a bit much. I do have to travel a little bit to get this third one, but that gives the other patches some time to actually harvest and grow, so that's not bad. Alright, now that my inventory is full of potatoes, we'll go ahead and home telly again. Drop all our potatoes, and we'll repeat the cycle. I did go ahead and get a drink while I was here. A lot of potatoes. Eventually, they won't be good cooking experience either. So I might just end up selling them long term as well. Because cooking, they'll get a lot more outdated in cooking, and they're not really that big of a difference. But even for farming, I mean, as you can see, like, one seed isn't really getting us too much experience. But it is boosting it enough that it is still kind of worth it, because we don't really have that much we can actually plant. Pretty much the mushroom, that. And, I don't even know if I can plant this mushroom. I guess in theory I can. It's not listed. Second water of the day finished. Ooh, I need a farming level of 34, so I'm gonna end up selling the seed. Alright. Let's just go ahead and... I had 2 patches, right? With cave potatoes, so maybe I can harvest 1 before I teleport back. And then I won't teleport back when I harvest the other. Because these 3 doors, one was... I don't remember. I don't know we can open those doors yet. Oh, I actually cannot harvest all of that. That's fair. Then we'll go ahead and teleport back. Drop the potatoes, sell the seed. And I don't know how much I'll actually get off the seed. It may not actually be that worthwhile, to be honest. But yeah, once we're in the large dungeons, that's when we're really going to be spending more than a couple minutes skilling at the end. So we'll have a lot more resources to deal with, which is okay. As you can see on the map, you see the maximum amount of rooms you could get. How much is this worth? 270. That's a good amount. Selling the seeds is worth it. I will go ahead and grab the gate stone, because we're not going to be returning to this corner of the map, I don't think. At least not through this way. Hey, how's the run going? The run's going good. We're in our first large dungeon. About 20 minutes in, and it's going smooth. We have some bonus doors that we can't unlock, but that's a-okay. Can't unlock the Dark Spirit, can't unlock the Magical Barrier, and I cannot do the bar. Do not have the level requirements for it, so as far as we are concerned, I can actually teleport back to the main hub again. I don't have to use my gate stone for these 3 on the run. And while I'm here, my Wi-Fi lagged. What did you say? The run's going good. The run is going swell. Now, can I lift this bar? I would assume I can because I don't have that key. Now, while it is procedurally generated, you will always be able to finish a floor. There will never be a floor you cannot finish due to skill requirement. The skill requirements are purely for the bonus floors, so you never have to worry about whether or not you can beat a floor. Like, I know I'll be able to hunt here because we can, in fact, we'll have to progress. Because that key we got does not open the door. And we have a level 5 mining. That's great. And I think we're gonna have to throw the hill crabs. My sister decided to ruin my quest on Far Cry because her boyfriend came over. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Now, off of memory... I didn't know I actually had to use... She decides to be lazy and take the TVs. I thought they'd give me fish. Oh, I can scare them. Okay, that makes it more complicated, actually. Getting them to go in the proper position can be a pain. But once they're in the correct position, they will not leave. Like, it's just a broken controller, fix it. Not like there's a TV downstairs perfectly working. Now, this ferret, we just need to get out of the corner. Into another corner. Come on, ferret, I need you out of the corner. Thank you. No, no, don't go that way. Oh. Ooh, barely. Oh, it is ducking me hardcore. It does not want to go where I need it. The ferrets will do that. They will do their very best to not go on the pressure plate. But now, the doors are unlocked. All 5 ferrets are in their hole. And ooh, we have our first wisps. So I was correct. You do not need level 10 divination to unlock the wisp. I didn't think so. There was no requirement I read that indicated that. I cannot use these wisps. We need pale wisps to actually move them. But as you can see by the 2 yellow icons, we can see them. Steepen Elm. If I recall correctly, I should actually be able to cut these. I don't have the fletching level to actually utilize them, though, so I will have to burn them. Which is fine. Fire making levels are fine. Level 13 wood cutting, very nice. We have an old PS4 downstairs that has like 5 controllers in it, but apparently using a controller with bad stick drift is too hard. Like, what do you think I'm doing? I got the worst stick drift. That is unfortunate. Ooh, and you do have the potential to fail to open the magic barrier, and it will damage you. Ah, this is the ferret mission I thought was the other ferret mission. This will just grab basic fish and throw it. I like this puzzle, though. I haven't gotten a new controller in like 5 years. Ooh. Oh, hey, we got our first Constitution level. Very nice. We have a offhand dagger, so I thought I was going to say knife, but it's not a knife. Now, generally with the... Oh, I had a hilarious fishing accident and it damaged me. That is unfortunate. You do gain fishing experience for this. I wonder if you can get an infinite amount of fish here. I don't remember. You will need feathers to lure any fish here. Oh, I'm out of feathers. Oof. They do let you get a lot more fish because you do have to cook them. Anyway, I'm gonna disappear again. See you if you're still streaming. Sounds good, friend. Have a great rest of your night if I'm offline by the time you get back. So how this puzzle works is you need to make sure that the ferret does not fall into the hole. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna position our camera like this to give us the optimal room. And our goal is to make it go to the pressure plate. You can throw the fish on any tile, but it will go to it. So you need to be very careful which ones you pick and make sure you do not misclick. But this one is fairly simple. And I believe once the puzzle is done, it won't actually let you fish in this spot anymore, even with feathers. And I did get the optimal amount of feathers to complete this puzzle. Puzzle room complete. Thank you, Ferret, for your time. Ooh, a level 6, level 5, level 5, level 5, level 2. We got some higher level ghosts here. I will watch my health a little bit more closely. But while the combat happens, oh, you can only attack the one that the ghost is, the spirit's in. I forgot about this mechanic. So currently the ghost is in this one, so we want to kill that one. Yo, actually, I gotta tell you a funny glitch I found. Absolutely. Now, luckily, so far, we're not really burning through our arrows, so I'm not too concerned. And due to the fact I had to make sure I was targeting the right ghost, I did not get to fill my Dr. Pepper in that fight. Very unfortunate. So I guess I'll wait a little bit longer to fill my drink. I don't remember where I left my stone at, but another wisp and another wisp that I cannot divinate. Oofy. If I do a certain thing for some reason, you can make any live stream go back to the beginning. I mean, on YouTube, you can just rewind it though, right? I mean, that's a pro of YouTube. They don't even paywall you like Twitch does. Honestly, that's a great topic. Not for me. That's crazy. During my week break, TwitchCon happened. I read about some of the drama at TwitchCon, and I'm like, do I really want to keep streaming on Twitch? I don't know how to do it. You should just be able to press on the, like, go to pause it, and then you should be able to rewind it like any video. If you're on mobile, or even on PC, I think. I will eat some of these crabs. I have taken some damage. Where did this... Oh, the night went too far away. I was about to say, where did you go? My inventory is getting filled again. But I don't even try to rewind, it just restarts for no reason. Interesting. Do I have the mining level to pick that door? I do. And I didn't take damage from it. Ooh, this is another bonus puzzle room. It gave us a key we needed. But we have to repair it. The construct to actually be able to progress. I'm curious if we will be able to do it. Yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, bye. Sounds good, tech. Alright, let's take a crate of magic rock. What is he missing? Missing a leg. Oh, I see now where he's missing a leg. So, if you have the correct level, you can carve the stone. You need some construct parts. Imbue? Wait. Did that give me construction experience? No. It had a construction icon, but it did not give me that experience. Unfortunately. And now the construct, with his magical properties, because he is a magic construct, will just open the doors for us. I got some death runes that I cannot currently pick up. I don't have the inventory space to clean that. I am fresh out of inventory space. That is unfortunate. I am gonna have to teleport back just so I can sell some of the fish, because we are full up. But as you can see, we've already gained more money than we previously had in other floors. So, progress is progress is progress is progress. Alright, let's go ahead and sell the dagger, the runes. And I'll drop the red moss, I'll drop the fire breath whiskey. I'll clean the grimy sagewort and drop it. And then we'll sell 10 hem crabs. I'm not leaving myself with a lot of food, but ideally I don't need a lot of food. And now we'll go a little bit backwards, so we won't be right where we left off. But that's fine, we'll just backtrack. Yet to get any charms. Wait. Why did I... okay, it was 3. I understand. I understand why I put it there. We'll go ahead and plant that in the farm and patch, and I wish I could mark it. No, I'm gonna forget about it. That's the yellow dots on the north is wisps. I think it's the same for the one all the way. Yeah, it's the construct on the other one. What was this tree? Oh, the tree's in the other room. I can't actually cut that tree. While that goes, I'll finally open and consume my Dr. Pepper. At least try to fill it. Alright, let's head to the next room. Oh, we'll pick up the death runes as well, just to sell them. Level 1 Mysterious Shade. Very easy to kill. Drop some ore, food, and a little bit of money for us. Do I have the strength level to open this? I do not. I am a weak person. But I do have this key. Level 1, level 1. No big threats in this room. I do remember the farm and patch still, by the way. I've not yet forgot it. I will happily take the Novite ore. And can I actually cut this tree? I can. Unfortunately, I can't really do a bow upgrade yet because I don't have 10 range. But as you can see on the top left, we are starting to open a lot more rooms. And as you can see, we are getting more resources for that. We get more roll of the dice. I actually have this key as well, so I don't have to backtrack here later, thank goodness. More wisps that I cannot actually get. We are looking for pale wisps. They are like a purple. But not like the... There's another one that's a blue-purple. They're a blue or purple. Can I mine this? I can. Everything else in here is not for me. We got 6 mining. Very nice. And let's go ahead and go inside this room. To which we'll find an ice warrior and pale wisps. Let's go. We can get our first divination experience of the stream and the run. And we got level 3 prayer. We're already doing better on prayer than I thought we would. Now, divination experience actually isn't that bad in Dungeoneering. It's actually probably one of the better ways for you to casually train divination without having to just stand in one spot all day. It's obviously not going to be the quickest rates just because of the rate in which you find them. But as you get a higher divination level, it's really not that bad. I don't know why my hand is falling asleep today while I'm streaming. It hasn't done that all day in this chair. Very interesting. And each wisp will give us memories, and they'll give us energy, and I'll showcase what each of them are for at the end of this video. But for now, they will just occupy some of our inventory. In theory, we're about to, unless it loops around to the left, this next door we go through probably will be the last one before we start backtracking. But either the door we're about to go in will go left, or the one beside it that we didn't go through. Can we even go through that door? I can't see it. We might be able to make progress now. But even just harvesting, like, harvesting the spring for the wisp gets you some divination experience. You'd actually get 3 layers of divination experience in Dungeoneering as you can in today's game. It is easiest to do all 3 in Dungeoneering based on how isolated it is. And actually, what you can get from the energy is pretty cool. Not really gonna help us in the short term because our levels are so low, but long term, they'll actually be helpful. Can I burn these logs? I can. Will I successfully do it on the first try? I did, for 13 fire making. Very nice. Oh, this door actually goes one more north. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I thought it'd go left if it went a different way, but I was incorrect. I'm still working with about 30 arrows, so we're not doing too bad. I have the key to this, so that's also positive. Does it go left? It does. Hem crab and another hem crab spot. So we got 2 hem crab spots in this room, and that looks to be about the extent of what I'm gonna get from this room. I do not have feathers though, so fuck me. Damn. Well, the downside of banking on us having to go back to the earliest part, I really should just bring it with me, because I can home teleport back for the, like, first 3. We are going to go ahead and drop the Fire Breath Whiskey. We're going to go ahead and drop the Pale Energy. I cannot drop the Pale Memories. And we'll go ahead and sell the Death Runes. And I'll sell 5 Hem Crabs. And I'll keep the remainder. And I'll sell the air runes. Going through this portal is really funny. Useful, but not that useful. And now we'll make sure to farm in our good old farming spot as we try to get 3 farming. I do need to backtrack to this spot again anyway, so I mean it kind of works out for us. This is the downside of the large floors, but there is a massive benefit for doing it, so I mean I can't complain too much. I wonder if this game lets you create a second portal spot. That would actually be very useful. I didn't buy feathers. L, short-term memory. I forgot. Whoopsies. I'm just taking my long walk of defeat back to the main hub. I'm just taking it. I'm taking the L. Alright, give me some feathers. I'm not gonna grab more than 50 feathers because I really doubt that I will need them. But I'll go ahead and drop these potatoes, and while we're here, we'll go ahead and farm the spot again, and then we should be able to farm the other spot again. So that's nice. My inventory will continue to fill up rapidly. But that's also why the backtracking isn't always a bad thing for the farming spot. Definitely not bad. Honestly, I'm really happy with how the run's gone so far. 2.5 hours in. I feel like we've made some good efforts. And I would love to get 3 rune crafting before the end of the stream. At least. Because once again, now that we're in a large dungeon, we actually have access to more money, so I can buy more rune essence, and I can, in fact, boost that level up some. So that leaves us with divination and summoning that are still level 1 of the skills we are trying to primarily focus on. And that's, once again, the other interesting part. I was curious in this test stream what we'd actually be able to boost up efficiently in the span of a few floors and what was going to take more time. Okay, if you assume the trend will happen, you would assume early on that it's probably going to be one of these 5 skills that we get to 99. But a lot can change throughout the run that could change things. We don't know. Level 1, level 1, level 1? We're getting close to level 5 range. And what kind of key we getting? Yellow shield. Doesn't appear to be anything else in here that I need, so now we begin the backtrack. But we know the next door we go in on this path is not gonna take us up. So the only other one that could do this, like, top part is gonna be the one, like, on the top middle. If I can even go in that. Once again, out of room. Trash. Unfortunately, that's going to be backtracking for the sake of backtracking, too. But that is how a large dungeon could take me casually playing 2 hours. What's interesting, though, is for the amount of time we've played, we've gotten more ore, but we've not gotten more logs. We've gotten the same amount of fish, or a little bit more. But in terms of other resources, like for the wood, we've not really gained more wood. I am out of seeds, so what we harvest here will just be what we harvest. I only have 2 keys. But we got plenty of doors that don't require a key. And you'll notice purple diamond versus blue diamond, all the colors have their own shapes and all that fun stuff. This room is the one that I don't have the strength level for, so we're actually done with this corner. Once I get back to the farming patch, we are just done in this corner. We're done with the bottom right so far. Those two doors I have no way to get to, and the door closest to us currently I have no way to get through, so... These are the important things to note and mentally have in your head while you do a large dungeon. That way you're not like, oh shit, I need to go ahead and go all the way to the corners again. Because I've isolated it pretty much to, like, the left half of the map now. Because I'm confident, I think all three of these doors I can access. I don't have the key for that one, but I can go in this room, which is going to be a dead end. Level 1 ice spiders and some seeping elm logs. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. And level 5 defense and range, giving us combat level 7. Halfway to our bow upgrade. I also can do a pickaxe upgrade and hatchet upgrade. Actually, I can't do the pickaxe one yet, but I can do the hatchet. So I should probably do that soon. I need to note that this door, I just need a key for. I'll go ahead and note that for myself so I know when I can go back to it. And this is where we originally left because we had multiple doors right here to go through. Gleaming wisps. They look like pale, but they're not. I did get another key that won't help us. Gratinite ore we will not be able to do. The Thicket tree we will not be able to do. So now we're going to activate the monolith, and we have to defend it. The ghosts, the shades that spawn will take away the monolith's charges and not let you actually finish the puzzle. So you want to make sure your camera is zoomed out so you can actually see the shades and hopefully target them quickly enough so that they attack you, but in that case, it immediately targeted the monolith. So we kind of got SOL there. And it spawned in the corner, so I did not see it. That was unfortunate. And I have to remember to pick up my arrows at the end. Alright, I seen the shade. Well, I did attack it before it could attack the monolith. Very nice. And we have an Emmenthok letter. And the door is open. Let's go ahead and read the letter. How long is it? 4 pages? I bet. Little sister. Cheated, blasted, cheap magic. I've said it before, but I mean it more than ever. Our paranoid seers have waved their magic wands across the dungeon entrance and made every item that crosses it save our undercrackers and overflows. Too heavy to bear. Thok lasted a few steps, of course, but even he had to make his excuses and ditch the battle axe. Still, it's not only for our seers who think we're at the source of the wave of power. Thok has the scent too. Strike me if I don't believe them all. We're a few floors beneath an ancient castle in a dungeon that's soaked in magic and lively with beasts. Got me thinking, if something is here, you can be sure that Thok will find it first. I'm gonna find a moment to break from the clan and go it alone with just Thok. Where there's power, there's money, and I plan to carry away armfuls of this stuff, your older brothers, M and Thok. We will take that to the end for our collection's sake. And on that note, we're going to take a quick bathroom break. The water has gone through me, so we'll be back in a quick moment. We're pausing the timer for it. Go ahead and move around so the game will capture again, and we'll go ahead and restart the timer. Let's go. Can't mine or chop those resources, so we will just move on to the next floor. Another bonus room, level 1, level 1, level 1. Nothing I need to hard focus on. And we have more wisps that I can't do, but I can do the Novite ore. I can do the tree. And maybe I'll be able to mine the rock? Question mark? Oof, I'm full on inventory space again, so I need to go to a farming patch soon. Still don't have the key for the one door. So if I can't actually access this one, it's gonna be backtracking for no reason. But I will go ahead and drop one of my crabs so I can pick that up. I do not have the mine level for that, so I will go back for one crab. At the top left. We'll go ahead and drop the cave potatoes. I wish I could drop the letter, but unfortunately we are just gonna have to carry that till the end. I will go ahead and sell 5 hem crabs. Sell 5 more. And then we'll go through the portal. And in the time it takes us to backtrack all the way to the top left, the farming patch should be able to complete itself. So, which way am I going? I am going north to the farming patch. I'll put the K potato in. And then by the time we get back here, it should be good. Probably not good, but close to good. I thought it was farther away, to be honest. Alright, we got 2 doors to go through. Let's go ahead and go to the west one. Level 1, level 1, level 1. That was level 2. But not high enough level, I'm gonna stress about it. The shades do deal damage better to an archer. So, I mean, that's something to note. Bury the bones as we get closer and closer to our next upgrade. Fractite ore I cannot mine till level 40. We'll go ahead and go through the south door because I don't think that's going to be done. Oh, it is done. So we'll go ahead and, I guess not. This one has a farming patch. In theory. It does. And red eye. I think I have the level for red eye. I believe that's level 10, and we do have level 11 fishing, so we should be good on that front. Level 12 fishing. Very nice. It's definitely going to be one of these 5 skills we get the 99 first, depending on how RNG treats us. Tangled gum, we can go ahead and chop that. We've actually collected a fair amount of wood now. Not a great amount for fletching, but a good amount for fire making with the 13. We'll go ahead and put this in, and then by the time we backtrack to the other one, we should be able to harvest it, and if not, we'll wait a minute. Ooh, level 3 farming. Let's go. I believe our next thing is level 7 with the sage wart, so not bad. We're gonna have to continue down the fun. And as I said, we're putting our money in the rune crafting because it's easy enough for the other skills to surpass rune crafting because of how slow the XP is. I just want to see us get like level 70 rune crafting by the time we get a 99. I think that'd be funny. Purely for no reason. Alright, we're almost full on inventory again. But we were running out of rooms to go in, actually. Outside of this room and maybe one on the other side, we are... Wait, where is that room? That's the... Okay, that's the room I'm going towards. Where did I put the... Let me grab the... Let me go ahead and grab the gate stone, because I'm not going to this corner of the map again. We're kind of done in that area. And I'll go ahead and drop the cave potatoes, I guess. I will eat a hem crab as well. Once again, we do get an experience penalty if we die, so it is not worth dying, if possible. So I am going to eat food when needed. Now this is probably going to unlock multiple rooms. Yeah. Blue triangle. I don't think we have a use for the blue triangle yet. And we have another cave potato. We'll have a tree. We've still not gained the charm either. Divination, we've gained experience in, and we're gonna get a level soon. I really do wonder if summoning will be our last skill at level 1 for the primaries today. Okay, currently it's down to summoning, hunter, and divination. I knew hunter was kind of a wild card one. So I'm not too surprised that we are at the point where we're not gaining a lot of that. I'm gonna go ahead and put the seed in before we fight. Just to save time. Don't have a silver rectangle key, so I will go ahead and drop the key here, or the gate stone here. I still have 25 arrows. We're not losing too many arrows. Whoops. So that's good. We'll go ahead and go to the next floor or the next room while we wait. Repair the key. Do I have enough to repair the key? I do. That's crafting, right? Smithing. Okay. Memory be fussy. Another farming patch, so if I get seeds off the spider, I can plant them. And I did. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and backtrack to the other farming patch. We are approaching the 3-hour mark in the challenge. $16,000 experience gained. I do have that key, so we will be able to progress smoothly in this room. I should have... Oh, I guess there is a key there, so that's fine. More wisps, but not wisps that I can actually deal with. I killed the level 2 first. The ice spider might drop me a nether seed to plant. It did not. But my inventory is starting to get filled again. A tree I can chop in here, and a farming patch. Once you get the complexity 6, it feels like you don't get a lot of crafting stuff to harvest. Like you did once upon a time. My inventory is full now. So we are about to have to make another trip. Almost out of feathers as well. 24 arrows left. We have lost a... I wouldn't even gonna say we've lost a third, so maybe I won't have to replace them throughout the run. Did I plant a seed here? No. Where did I plant a seed? This one? Yeah. Before I teleport back, let's go ahead and see what's in this room. In theory, it could unlock more rooms. It did. And the silver rectangle, which I believe is that one. Yep. Now, unfortunately, my inventory is very full, so I can drop a potato to bury this bone, but otherwise, my health is still full. Let's go ahead and fish here. I will try to minimize trips back to the main area just because we have in this one made a lot of trips back. We are at 13 fishing, very nice. I would love for fishing to be the one to go to 99. I know it'll be Dungeoneering that'll actually get 99 first. That's truly what the run will be, which is why I think the run will be what skill I get outside of Dungeoneering. I think that would be funner. Mining has temporarily caught up with smithing. Very interesting. Another room with another key. Is that the key? It is the key. And we got some thread in here. So I am about to have to teleport back either way. Because I can't pick up any of this. Note to self, just go south. Just go south. Drop the potatoes and the misshapen claw. We will not sell those yet. We've almost acquired 20k. I am going to go ahead and buy 10 more feathers. Just in case. Alright, before we open that door with our last key, we'll go ahead and finish up where we were at. Probably should have sold some of the hem crabs because my inventory is about to get filled again. But it's fine. It's fine, we're fine. We can backtrack again if we need to. I would say we're about 10-15 minutes away from completing this dungeon. This floor. I don't have that key because I haven't picked it up, silly. And you didn't pick up the loot that was previously here, silly. What the heck? These are all things to sell. I don't have a blue shield key. But the key's right there. Another wisp I can't deal with, and another key I actually cannot get to currently. Nothing else in this room for me, so we'll go ahead and backtrack to the blue shield. We'll keep in mind that the silver triangle is in the eastward middle. That's the boss. Do I want to go ahead and kill the boss? Level 1, yeah, let's go ahead and kill the boss. We're not done yet with the rooms, but it doesn't matter if you kill the boss and continue. You can easily do that, so that's fine. And we know which part of the map we need to go to for the, I got Bathus boots that I'm gonna sell. Well, I don't want. I'm not using that combat style. Don't have the silver triangle key. I have the rectangle, so I need to make a loop around. And then I'll check the 3 doors on the right. I know the top ones we can't go in, even with a key. I think at least 2 of the 3 on over here are inaccessible to us. That's a magic barrier. We have Novite ore in here. We have ore I can't mine in here as well. We'll go ahead and grab the arrow and the bones, because I can go ahead and bury the bones. I'll go ahead and grab the ore. Ooh, we have a spirit bloom that I definitely cannot pick currently. It's tier 10, so level 10, but I don't have 10. And any applicable skill for that. I'll go ahead and grab, I'll see if the barrier is gonna hurt me. I need magic level 75. How far? The hub is a fair amount up, but not a lot. So we'll go ahead and go up. We've already killed the boss, so we have that in our pocket already. You can see all the stuff I've dropped. I think one of the quality of life improvements I would have liked to see in Dungeoneering is if I popped open this, I could see like, oh hey, you've looked at that door and you know it's this. And luckily with how the loot system works, me dropping the potatoes in 4 different spots do not negatively impact us at all. I do need the thread, so I am going to keep the thread. I'm going to go ahead and sell the rest of the food, because we know I don't need the food. And then we'll go ahead and go south and pick up the last crab, and then we'll teleport back. Is that the... No, that's not. Where is the gemstone? I'll go ahead and put it where the boss was. That way I can quickly make my way back there once we're done. That is a very important part of the large floors, is you're going to want to make sure your key... your gate stone is at the boss room. It's still important in the small floors, but... I'm just saving myself time for after I skill. Because in theory... 5 of the doors we need to open, I cannot open. Now, the silver triangle, and I think there was another key I needed. I think there was 2 keys. I think one of these is a key door, but I don't think I'm going to have the access to either of them. So that might actually wrap us up in terms of exploring the floor. It might just be time to skill and move on. Let's go ahead and home tally. It'll take about the same time, less effort on my part. Alright, so I want to go south and east. I just want to verify that I cannot access the other doors. Exercise Dark Spirit, I know I can't do that one. Dispel Magical Barrier, and the other one was a key door, right? Force Bar? Oh. So yeah, I can't do any of those. So yeah, we are done exploring in the dungeon, so now we will move on to the skilling portion of our fun. That means I'll go ahead and take off the arrows and the coif. And I'll go ahead and sell them. And the throwing knives. Alright. Let's go ahead and burn a Seepin' Elm. And I'll start cooking. Because we gotta do the cooking by the book. In theory, we'll probably get up to like 18 cooking from this. It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. I feel like cooking is probably the skill that'll go to 99. I'm gonna keep making predictions, because here's the thing. All the other skills have to do is level up enough in the dungeon that the experience for beating it doesn't surpass it. Yes or no? Did I miss a question? What is the yes or no for? Question mark. Level 17 cooking, very nice. I predicted level 18 and I have 10 fish. Did you not see the chat? No. The last message I see from you before your yes or no was, yeah, it's interesting anyway, bye. Drop our burnt fish. Sell the rest of our crabs. Maybe we won't gain 18 cooking. Oh, we will. Very nice. Prediction succeeded. Alright, now let's go ahead and pick up all the raw potatoes because we do want to go ahead and cook the potatoes. I have so many potatoes. They're not a lot of experience, admittedly. You don't have space in your inventory to do that. Oh yeah, I forgot that I need... Well... Frick, brother. Oh, I can sell the feathers as well. Yeah, if you're typing a question in the chat, I cannot see it. And I can't blame Nightbot for that one. Nightbot is effectively off. I agree. I would assume it's YouTube auto mod. Alright, let's go ahead and sell the potatoes. I wonder if we'll get up to 30k from potatoes. Cause I still have so many more potatoes. I've not cleared any of these holes of potatoes I made. They're all still there. Now you see, I do not. I do not see. Nah. What is YouTube doing to you? Ain't no way there's still more potatoes after this. Dumb YouTube. Okay, the end of the potatoes is almost here. I think. Don't mind me, I'm just stepping on the fire as I cook it on the open space. Just casual. Now, I would say the potatoes aren't really worth cooking anymore, but we are gaining A level. If Ariel doesn't want me to ask it, I guess. Damn. The fact we did gain A level from the potatoes is why I will continue, at least in the short term, to keep cooking the potatoes before I just insta-sell them all. I say in Discord, sounds good. Oh no, I used it on the ash. Oh no, I gotta burn another one! And there's still more potatoes. You gonna make that fire? Question mark? Yeah, potatoes are definitely still worth cooking. Because even with that, I mean... Dungeoneering would have to get 8 levels to catch up to cooking, and would have to gain 6 levels to catch up to woodcutting. So, I mean, maybe the theory I originally had that it would just be Dungeoneering getting the easy dub is wrong. Which I think is fascinating. Alright, we're finally about to be done cooking potatoes. And I'll sell the feathers. What else I got on the floor? We got some potions, fire breath whiskey, some pale energy. Let's go ahead and use up the rest of our logs on the fire, because we're not going to be able to get 10 fletching from the 29. But I will gain at least 1 fire-making level. I don't think we'll get a level 15, but we'll get at least level 14, as we just did. Let's see if I see your question. Oh, I see why YouTube blocked that, I guess. I guess I understand. You'll have to sell me on it, Tech. Plus, you can always post stuff in the self-promotion channel on the Discord. That is a free option you have. Alright, let's spin on the spinning wheel for the south. We're probably not gonna gain a crafting level. Definitely not. And then I don't have the crafting level to do the Wildercraft at this time. It was a risk. I knew it was a risk, but we'll go ahead and sell it. We'll sell the thread. We'll sell the south hood and the south shoes. Now let's go ahead and buy a couple of vials. Now, I do not remember off the top of my head what ingredients I actually need for these potions. Let's look. Weak magic potion requires void dust. Not one of the items I have acquired, but I believe he sells them. So we'll sell the Misshapen Claw, the Fire Breath Whiskey, and the Red Moss, and we'll buy 2 things of Void Dust for 2,000. Are we gonna make that money back? Definitely not. But we are gonna gain 4 herb lore from that experience. Very nice. Now that gives us magic +1. Unfortunately, not really something I benefited from. Alright, next we'll go ahead and use our branches to make traps until level 6. I don't think we'll hit level 6 though with these logs. I will go ahead and say, as we wrap up scaling here in like 10 minutes or so, that we will wrap today's stream after we finish this floor. I'm very curious to both see how I feel about the end results once we finalize it, and I'm curious how my clan is gonna feel in RuneScape about my results 3.5 hours in. 3 hours is crazy, not gonna lie. What do you mean? I always like to stream I think the minimum amount of time I want to stream, I consider a stream to be a bust if I end up stopping before the 3-hour mark. Because if I stop before the 3-hour mark, one of two things happen. One, a game... I quit a game, and it killed my momentum, and I tried to follow up, or I didn't want to follow up with another game. That sucks when that happens, but that is what it is. I'll just then stream an hour and a half in if I have to, because there's no point in streaming if you're not gonna, like, actually be where you want to be, in my opinion. Because it's just a hobby to me, so. I have a race car that has miniguns on the top in Far Cry. Nice! Unfortunately, I was not able to gain any hunter or summoning experience today. That kinda unfortunate. 12 experience a pop. I'll make 3 traps. And that'll get us to level 6 fletching. Did not gain level 10 fletching, but it was actually, I gained more than I thought I would off these logs. Now I am gonna have to buy some bowstrings. Wait. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep making traps. That experience doesn't math. I'm glad I did quick math before I made those and bought bowstrings. Was not gonna be worth it. I've already sold everything I can from my inventory. That's good. Go ahead and sell the traps. Now we'll move on to the smithing portion of our skillet. 23 of 31 bars. We should get 10 smithing off of this. At least. We might get 12. I'm guessing at least 10. If we get up to 9 before I'm done making bars, then we'll get up to 12. I would love to get 150 total level before the end of the stream. I think that'd be a pretty notable thing in terms of, like, first day achievement. And sometimes, the other reason why I might end stream before the 3-hour mark is some days I debate whether or not I actually want to stream if I'm, like, in the right mindset for it, and like last week, the answer was no. I was not. I was not in the correct mind frame to stream, so I did not stream. Which was fine. Wasn't the plan, but it was what it was. But sometimes 9. Okay, I just need to craft 1 two-handed sword and I'll be able to... Beautiful. Sometimes you start stream and you think you can push through, you think it wasn't as bad, but then you realize, oh, I'm always in the right mindset, so I'll probably just stream my gameplay all day. Nice. Very nice. Alright, we got 10 smithing. We might get 11, but it might be close. Oh, we'll definitely get 11. I don't think we'll get 12, though. Yeah, we won't get 12. But we'll at least get... We'll get 11. That will most likely change when I start the stream, though. Yeah, I find the best length of time to stream is between 3 to 5 hours. I think you'll see diminishing returns after the 5-hour mark on most nights. You can't go off the outliers. You have to go off what the average day is going to look like. And I think that's 5 hours at most. And it also depends when you start. Because the later you stream, hour-wise, the more like... I live in the United States. Around this time right now is when people are starting to wrap up for the night, start to go to bed, start to lay in bed, and not always watching YouTube, Twitch, etc. I'll go ahead and buy 3 no Vitors just for funsies. I do it for a hobby, But I also do feel like if there are people that enjoy watching the streams, so I do want to try to, within reason, cater when I stream to when they could potentially watch. And it's why I've done start time of 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. to experiment with that and see how that goes. Alright, next up, before we do runecrafting, our final skill beforehand is going to be divination part 2. So step 1 is you harvest the wisp and you get energy. Once you get energy, you can put it into the energy rift, which is repairing the memory of Guthix, which is one of the gods in RuneScape. That gets you more experience than actually harvesting it, so that's good. And then I'll show you part 3, which is more beneficial in the short term. Once we're done putting our energy into the rift. So now with our pale energy, we have options to make things. Now in our case, if you actually needed this, this would get you health. This would give you a skill door within 2 skill levels, which is not important for us right now because the skill levels are like 30 plus a lot of the time. So you can gain a little bit more experience by making these. I don't think I can sell the portents or the remaining energy. Yeah, cannot sell those, so ultimately useless for us. But, with the rest of our money, we'll go ahead and buy some rune essence. And we'll be able to make a big haul this time. 12. But we're not getting another unlock until 5, so I don't think we'll hit that here. But we should gain level 3 runecrafting from this, so that is funny and beautiful. Very slow experience, but runecrafting is not dead last in skills that we've actually gained experience in today. So that part, I find fucking hilarious. And we'll even be able to get a little bit more experience after we do all of this. Not much, but a little. I don't think we'll get level 4 runecrafting on this floor, but ding 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 goes the game. It does. I like it. It's a relaxing tone. As long as it doesn't go too long. Alright, so he'll buy them for 1. Did not mean to drop that, my bad. I'll be able to buy a few more and get at least maybe 1 more XP. I'm gonna keep dropping them. That's a shame. Unfortunately, not a quicker way to sell these. Alright, that'll get me another 14. Just imagine having that sound stuck in your head playing all day. Well, luckily, you cannot play it for that long. Alright, 1.5 more experience, and these mine runes will not be enough to allow me to buy any more. So that will complete our journey on this floor. We've gained quite a few levels in this journey. Go ahead and make them stop flashing now. Let's go ahead and make it to the end and see how many Dungeoneering levels we're gonna gain at the end. Yes, continue. Beast mode. Exhausting every resource on the critical path. And now, as you see, the experience you gain for, like, floor 5, now that we're doing a large dungeon, we get a plus experience boost for that. Bonus rooms, we did get locked out of almost half of them, but we didn't use any kind of guide mode, so we're not getting deducted anything. So we actually get 152% experience for that, which gives us a good amount of XP and tokens. And that will give us level 26 Dungeoneering. Dungeoneering is going to speed ahead of the competition. And that is actually the funny part of doing large dungeons. And that gives us access all the way to floor 13. Previously, we only had up to floor 6 open, and we were on floor 5. We are starting floor 6 whenever we stream this again. But with that, pausing the timer at 3 hours, 23 minutes, and 30 seconds will wrap up our stream of RuneScape 3. I had a good time playing RuneScape. I'm very curious to, I feel like we had a lot of people chatted on all 3 platforms throughout the night. So I feel like it wasn't I didn't know if this would be a bust of a stream or not, but I feel like it wasn't. I had a good time, and I feel like we had a good time. Not something I'm gonna stream 40 hours a week, but I think we can revisit this. I think we can continue this at a later point. Tomorrow will be another stream, same start time as today. We will be continuing Alan Wake. I do look forward to beating that game. I think the break from Alan Wake is probably a good thing. I don't mind the break at all. But I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I hope you have an amazing rest of your night. Good night. Good night. Good night.